up with enough stock. People were buying them shits online for $250. I'm like, wait, what are you doing?
Jesus.
What are you doing? Just wait. Just fucking wait.
I remember, well, amiibos were like that. The GameCube adapter for Wii U for Smash
Yeah.
4. Those were going for over 100 and something dollars, and then finally third parties came out with some. All right, so says we're live. I don't see any. I'm not seeing any viewer info. It's not showing me any stuff. Anyway, I thought let's. I was gonna start like before you got here. I was gonna start. I was gonna try to be a little more professional. Welcome to the Juices Loose podcast, episode 546.
Let's get back,
if
guys. Let's get back.
if that's like legit, I may every once in a while I'll duplicate a number. So, but we didn't. We've had weeks where we've taken off over the years. There was a stretch there a couple years last year, a couple years ago where it was pretty consistently.
Done 500 of these things. 550 almost.
2014, dude.
Unbelievable.
11 years, coming up on 11. So what's up to Lenny? What's up, Airs? Guys are always here.
What up?
Appreciate it. So obviously we had Partnership Direct. I
Financials?
finished. Yeah, we had financial stuff. I finished Dark Souls. I can't remember if I finished it last week's podcast or right after. So I beat
I
that.
feel like it was right after.
60 hours. I played like another hour or so. Those games are they're meant to be replayed. You're not supposed to. No one's gonna experience. You can't even experience everything on a first playthrough. But one of the nice things is about that style game is once you beat it. And this one, I skipped the credits. I kind of wish I hadn't. I don't know if it would have gave me my stats. I don't know if they do or not, like how many deaths and stuff. And I skipped. It went right into the cinematic start to start New Game Plus. A lot of the newer games let you choose if you want to do New Game Plus. This was just like, nope. Here's the cutscene, the opening, and I started, and here I am with all my gear leveled up. Now enemies are tougher, but I was probably a bit over leveled compared to most people. So I'm just like wrecking people. I was like, I just went through, got to like the second or third boss like within the first hour. I died a couple times just random stuff, and I'm just like, I'm a beast now. Like I'm like, I'm not one shotting everybody, but you're way more powered up in the opening section. So I just breezing through, and I was like, man, I could keep playing, like honestly. But I had Dark Souls 3, which I want to start. But I will say, and Robert's not here. Maybe when he jumps in, I'll reiterate. But so I beat Dark Souls, and I looked up a few things. Nothing like major, just some like what does this item do or whatever. Like why? But I learned a few things just from watching. Like I watched this. It's Courtney 2, I think's her channel. She did a playthrough. She did like a live stream, so she kept track of all her hours and deaths, and then she edited into a series of videos. And she went initially, like I had done everything she had done, and then she got to a point where I hadn't done, and I turned it and I stopped watching. But I was randomly just was watching a lot of those types of videos. I was watching like Elden Ring, what made Elden Ring so good, why that change came, and then every once in a while, just see a clip of Dark Souls, and somebody would go somewhere, and I was like, holy shit, I didn't know, I completely missed that area. So I saw a few things just randomly. I wasn't seeking them out. I wasn't stuck at any point. I think I was watching like how to find like it was like 10 things I wish I knew before I started, and then the video was just like spoiler, spoiler, spoiler. So I didn't really watch it, but just random. I'd see like a little thing here. Oh, I didn't know I could do that graveyard. There was a path. Just little things. So I feel like 90 to 95% just figured stuff on my own. A couple things I looked up specific, like what does this item do? What I got this soul of this boss. What can I do with it? The game doesn't tells me I can make a weapon out of it, but how do I make a weapon out of it? And told me I followed it, did it, and it's not a very good weapon, so it wasn't really worth it. But I feel pretty proud. Like I didn't look up a ton of stuff, but there's a thing at the end. It just completely tarnished my victory for me. And so I'm at the last boss. I knew it was. I just figured it had to be. So there's a little bit of a stretch to get to them where you have to pass these 5 nights. They're the hardest nights in the game, and I died a couple times by them, but I got it. I had them figured out. I was like, oh, I can't run past them because it's just they'll follow me. So I just got good at killing them. I get to the fog door. I was like, you know what? I'm pretty sure this is the last boss. Let me just level up all my weapons, level up my armor. I was just a little bit away from leveling up my character, so I was like, let me just level up a little bit, get my gear. I figured this is end game, and I go through the fog door, and it's there's these giant bosses throughout this game, like huge, like dragons, all this crazy stuff. It's just like a dude, like a king with a flame sword. He's just like a normal sized human being with like a flame sword. I'm like, this is the boss, and there's like light piano music's playing, and he just comes up and he's just like he's just nonstop swinging, and he just killed me right away. And Andy Long's, I'll try to keep it short, but I was every time you die, you got to go face those 5 knights and fight them. I got pretty good at killing them. I maybe had to use 2 healing potions. I have 20, and I just kept going to the boss and getting a little bit better. I took him down to like 5% health, 1 hit away, probably 2 hits tops, and he got me. And I remember thinking, I was like, man, he's just like a regular. Oh, my cat's just decided to like scratch on the other side of the wall. Hold on, she's not gonna stop unless I go. I'll be right back.
Fucking cats. Soulless.
What's up, Robert?
How's it going?
How's
it going, chat?
Going pretty well. How's it going, chat? Yeah. The juice is always loose, says Lenny Wright.
Oh, rascal.
He's always on. Yeah.
Oh, on the loose. I missed that.
Look at the camera. Look at the
Cat's on
camera.
the loose.
You dummy.
Hey, dude, says Jay Biggs, Mr. NY for life. Shout outs, big ups.
I accidentally pulled the damn
New York in the house.
Pulled my headphones out of the mic, so hopefully my audio's still coming through here. Let me look.
Yes. Or you talking?
You guys can hear. Okay, it's showing up on OBS, so showing pretty loud actually. Anyway, so I'm fighting the boss. I'm getting better. I got him down a couple times to low health, and at some point it took me maybe an hour or so. I was battling. I was getting a little tired. At some point in the game, if you have a shield, you can do basically a shield parry like Link in Breath of the Wild, and it stuns them, and then you get a big critical hit. And I was like, I wonder if this is just a regular like human. This isn't some giant beast thing. I was like, I wonder if I could parry him. And I had that thought, and I was like, let me practice with these knights. And then as soon as I get to the boss, all that goes out the window, and I try my strategy. I just try to keep my distance, get some hits in, try to heal, and he's super aggressive. So every time I go to heal, he's like right on me. And I was like, man, my hands are getting sore because I've been playing that game a lot. My hands are getting tight and sore. And I'm like, I feel like this is too easy. Like I've had him down a few times. Like there's got to be like a second phase. He's going to turn morph into this giant thing. I was like, let me just look up like a strategy, shows move sets, and it was a guide to Godric or Gwen, whatever his name is. And the guy goes, yeah, he's a challenging boss, but he's actually pretty easy once you know the trick that you can shield parry his attacks. And I'm like, that's what I was thinking. I never tried it though. I never tried it myself. And I'm like, shield parry. He showed one, and I was like, all right, I'm turning it off. I went and fought him the next time. I beat him first try. Shield parried him 5 or 6 times and killed him. And I'm like, I'm totally deflated. Like I literally thought it an hour before. Why didn't I just try it? If I would have just tried that and did it, I would have felt so damn awesome. I would have been so proud of myself. And instead, 60 hours in the game and the last boss fight just felt completely deflated, and like I didn't earn it. It's what it felt like. And I can't shake it.
I hate to break it to you, but you pressed the buttons. You earned it. You thought about it. You did it, man.
I didn't. I saw it done.
Light goes on, man.
But you did think about it.
I thought that's my saving grace.
He thought about it.
Why didn't I just try it though? Like, why did I have to see him do it? And then like I did it every time. Like, you know, you still gotta. I still at that point, I was pretty good at evading his moves. It wasn't like I just completely killed him, but one try, and I was like, man, how much more?
Like,
Would
would
I?
you have felt great though? Like, had you gone on another 10 hours or something?
Yeah,
Obviously,
or,
that's
but
not
Yeah,
also
possible.
I
like being
mean,
like, oh, it's so fucking
Yeah,
dumb. Why didn't I
and
just
you,
do the damn
it's like,
thing?
why didn't I do this shit earlier? Right?
Yeah.
That's. I don't think you would
I
have
don't think
felt.
I was at that
You could feel
point.
the opposite, like where you're like, oh my god, that's so
I
stupid.
knew I would have.
should've
I've been
just
like,
looked up.
fuck. Why didn't
Yeah,
I
I
just
would
do
be
that shit?
pissed off.
I was just
Yeah.
I was mad at myself for not trying it. I wasn't mad because honestly I had him down to a few hits away a couple times. So that kind of ruined it for me because well, if I just keep my distance, get far enough away where I can heal, because as soon as you try those games, as soon as you hit the heal button, it's like it's just automatic. You're gonna get attacked, and he can lunge from long ways. I'm like, if I would have just figured it out, if I would have just tried it when I thought it, the next time I
You
faced him,
did
if I
figure
just,
it out.
yeah, I didn't
now
figure it out.
you as much credit, yo. You said
You
you
figured
can't
out you
get.
just didn't do it.
I had the
Yeah, you didn't do
idea,
it.
but if he just said it, and I wish I wouldn't even watch him do it because it showed me the window when that guy did it, and I mimicked it and it worked. So I was like,
I
but
mean, you,
it could have
you
been,
you got a lot of pride in gaming.
it could have been one of my
Like you're being too hard on yourself.
best
Yeah,
moments,
it's
most
it's
proud
not,
moments,
man.
and instead it was tarnished. So I vow for Dark Souls 3, like I'm just gonna play the game. And the one thing working against me with these games is they're meant to be played with an online account, and
I think
you
you
see
put
these ghost people running around all the time,
Yeah.
and they leave messages and stuff. I learned in Elden Ring, like they designed the games for almost to be like a group solving things. Like Mario Wonder had that option, and I had it on at first, but I'm like, oh, they're telling me right where all the hidden things are, and I was like, I had to turn it off because it was making it too easy. But these games are designed with like a community in mind. Like if I was playing, I almost thought about getting PlayStation Plus for like a month just for Dark Souls 3, just to see because I had it
That's
with Elden
dedication.
Ring, and I just want to see if that can help me,
Yeah.
without specifically looking something up. If just, oh, that guy, I remember in Elden Ring seeing somebody jump off, like look like a ledge, and they landed and they're running around and there's an invisible platform, and I'm like, I would have never known that if I didn't have that, see that guy
Now,
do
how
that.
would you feel if like someone like just straight up said parry this man? You know, as a note.
Oh, you
Like
can
at
choose
this point,
not to read them.
it's
Like
kind of-
at that point, if somebody, I
yeah,
don't
but
know,
choose not to read them is a little bit.
I don't
like,
think you can
have to
leave
do it
specific.
before you do it. You
You
know what I'm
can't
saying?
leave custom messages. Only like a list of things,
Oh, it's a list
like
of
danger
like
ahead, or and you
gotcha,
can
gotcha.
tell people there's something ahead in there, like a
Oh, 'cause
treasure ahead.
I remember there's a lot of meme. You sure? Because I remember there's a lot of memes for Dark Souls where it's like, where people be typing like something butthole, like it'd be like,
Maybe in that game originally
I
there
remember
was,
a big
but
thing where it's like that was like a big thing
The
for
one-
Dark Souls where they have a lot of memes where it's like something butthole or and people are just, man, why the fuck you waste my time?
that's
Yeah.
I'd be
But-
curious if they change, if that was in the
You let it
original.
go. To
Um,
quote one of the greatest comedies of all time, 40-year-old virgin. You gotta stop putting the pussy on a pedestal. That's what you gotta do. You're putting it on a pedestal, and it wasn't that big of a deal.
But anyway, I still feel like I said, I learned a few things just from watching a couple videos where people just talk about the series and stuff, and I saw a few paths that I might not have found on my own or something. But overall, I feel pretty good about getting through the game. And Dark Souls 3, I only played for literally 45 minutes, and I hadn't died yet. That's the longest I've ever gone into the beginning of one of these games without dying.
Nice.
And it was late because I was tired already. I was like, let me just start. And it came out after Bloodborne, which I forgot. I forgot it was an actual PS4 game that came out after Bloodborne. It
After.
it feels so much more like Bloodborne than the first Dark Souls. Feels janky, and like your character animations are just not as smooth. It was originally 30 FPS. The remaster's at 60, and then I put on Dark Souls 3, and it's just smooth. Your character moves really nice. It's 60 FPS. It looks reminiscent of Bloodborne, and I'm like, damn, I'm into this. So, anyway, I just want to share that story about the boss, and it could have been a great moment, but it was just slightly diminished. So I've been playing some
Put it
Metroid
on the
Prime as
pedestal,
well.
so-
So I played, according to the game, in game said I was at 6 hours. My Switch profile said I had 9 hours in it. I tend to believe the game's the internal save file or your time on the game.
Yeah, I wonder what that. I never know like what's the big disparity. I'm sure there's like, you know, slight loadings. Maybe they don't count. Maybe they stop timers when you die and then you come back. I don't know if you died at all, but like stuff like maybe I don't know. I'd be curious what they
Maybe
count.
leaving it suspended. I doubt it because I've left it suspended for 20 something hours at this point now.
No, definitely not suspended. I mean, if you keep it just idle, yeah, they'll count that. But
Either way,
I'd be curious.
it said I was at like 6:55, and I put like another hour and a half, 2 hours. I got the electric, Thunder? Is it the Thunder Beam? Thunder? I forget. It's Thunder something. I forget what the second part of it.
Strike.
I'm finally looking. It says you can. The robots are affected by the lightning, the electrical attack. Because I hate those fucking robots. They're like the bane of my existence in that game.
Really?
And they're just generic looking. They don't do much except shoot lasers, and they just kind of, I don't know. I don't find them that intriguing. I'd much rather be fighting space pirates. That's for sure. They're a little more engaging. But so
That's funny because that I remember hearing a podcast not too long ago that they're like, man, space pirates aren't all that great.
well, I
And
just meant the
it's like,
design. They
the
don't
design of
look
it.
to the.
Yeah, so they're down from there too.
They don't look to the like they didn't design them to look like they'd be like doing all these advanced scientific experiments.
yeah,
They
that's
just
what-
made
that's
them
what
look
you-
like animals, like vicious
Yeah,
animals. But
That I think that's one of the things that I talk about it all the time. That keeps Metroid from being like mainstream. And I think it's one of the things is like, okay, well, they just look like mindless pirates. They just look like mindless creatures. And unlike something again, I keep going to Halo. Like Halo is the greatest game of all time. But you get a connection with your enemies,
Mhm.
right? Like there's dialogue and they have motivations and it's clear motivations. These are the things that keep you don't have to change the gameplay of Metroid. It's just things like that keep it from getting to that upper echelon of like
just have
mainstream sales and whatnot.
just have them act the way when you read about them. Have them just represent that physically and
yeah.
whether you have them talk or whatever. It's just, and I know there's just the modified, arm like soldier ones, but like show us the scientific ones. That was just something I noticed replaying the game. I was like, yeah, they don't really fit visually this advanced intergalactic species of. And I'll say Prime 4, one thing that stands out to me is like it keeps saying like Metroid Fusion when you're scanning the bosses and stuff. Like where are these did they come through already infested? But like I haven't seen a single Metroid yet, and every creature I fought was like Metroid fused with a Metroid, which maybe I'll find out later on. But it just seemed a little strange. Let's see, Lenny, according to his profile, spent 30 hours playing. There's no way that's accurate, even if you count. Yeah, just look at your extra save file, close the game, open it up, and that's when it told me a different time. It says 36 hours. Switch says 85 hours or more. That'd be crazy.
Well, I think again, like a lot of it is that tells me it's like you're on the menu or something. Like I know sometimes my stepdad would be like making something and then I'm passing by and it's just on the TV.
Like that's like
You know what I
50
mean?
hours though for him.
Hey man, that shit adds up when you walking around and you know. Personally, I'm so paranoid about like not paranoid, but like I'm so OCD about my playtime that I always press the home menu every time I have to do something because I don't want it to count extra.
On PlayStation, I don't think you have to, but I feel like if I close the game out, like when Dark Souls,
PlayStation one's weird. Yeah.
In Dark Souls or these games, you can either leave them and risk your game getting closed because of an update, or you go to the menu, hit exit, and it saves exactly where you are.
Yeah.
It just saves you for one. It's a one-time save. And then I noticed my time didn't really change, so I was like, well, let me close the game. And then it seemed like it updated sooner because it said
Yeah.
at one point it was stuck. like 30 hours, and then all of a sudden it was like 39. But yeah, it's kind of
Well,
weird.
that's the same where like if I like let's say I play Cult of the Lamb, it says I played it for an hour, but I just played it for 3. And you're like, well, that doesn't make sense. I
Yeah.
know that's factually wrong. And then it's like, and then a few days later, I see it's at 11 hours or something. I'm like, well, I guess it is slowly. I don't know why is it taking its time. I don't know. I don't know what's going on.
But also, just one last thing about Dark Souls Remastered. It's now my second most played Souls game after Elden Ring. I surpassed Bloodborne, Demon Souls, Sekiro with my 60 hours. They've been most of them around 45 to 50, except for Elden Ring, obviously. So
Is Neo a Souls like?
it's a Souls like, but I'm just counting the From Software.
No, I'm
Official.
asking it. I didn't know if
Neo's
you
for
played it.
sure a Souls like, but
I don't.
Okay.
Do people consider that Souls? I don't know.
yeah, because I'm pretty sure it's like the same core where you rest and the enemies come back and you level up and
I wasn't
stuff.
sure. To be honest, I thought it was just an action game with its own
No,
combat style.
I would say 99% sure. I never played it, but Neo 3 looked really good in the last trailer. I think it came out, or yeah, I'm pretty sure I saw reviews for it. But it's just one of those things. I'm just like, I love the original usually, like the people who make the genre of the game. I'm not usually out seeking out to play every single one like it. It just says action role playing, but they consider the Souls games RPGs, which I don't really consider those.
Well, I mean, they're not. They're not actually. Souls like isn't technically an actual genre.
Yeah, it's
I
not.
know.
It's not a real
You
genre.
think
It's just
genre.
you think if it was, somebody would say it in somewhere.
For some reason, Metroidvania is though.
Let's see, Neo
little-
Souls.
which is some bullshit.
Let's see, Neo is a
Metroid-like,
premier
get that
fast-paced
Mania
action
stuff.
RPG Souls-like series. So
Yeah, I mean, from what I just look it up, I see a little bit of a debate, but it's all right.
basically, like, the core mechanic of a Souls-like, for me personally, is you kill enemies, they give you some kind of currency, some kind of something. You rest at a bonfire, wherever you rest at a spot. You can level up your character or improve your traits, and then even if you don't, as soon as you rest, all the enemies come back. So Jedi Fallen Order does that. I forget what the sequel's called. Necessarily,
Survivor.
and
I'm still trying to get through that.
and I mean, it has kind of the same structure with branch, like, even though
But honestly, Jedi Survivors Fallen Order, yeah, they have that Souls like mechanic. They're not. I wouldn't consider it a Souls like.
but they have like a tough
anything,
boss fights and
they-
stuff.
They also have like very very Metroid
hmm
like structures too to it. Gameplay aesthetics to it. So
Especially I get ability. I wouldn't say the
Mm-hmm.
actual Souls games have that. They have keys and stuff to unlock areas, but they don't have like, oh, I have this new ability now. I can go this place. Like Returnal has that, and just mainly the grapple hook you get like halfway through the game. Otherwise, I wouldn't say it has too much similar in that regard. There's a few other abilities that you get that
and you
let
have
you do things.
it's roguelike too. So.
Yeah.
So it's like, I've heard people say Lies of P is great. I've seen someone say they quit. That's the only Souls-like game they quit. I heard someone say, like, I saw an interesting video where they're like, here's the problem with Souls-likes. They either get the gameplay, the combat and stuff right, or they get like the level design and structure of that right. And no one, according to this guy, he doesn't think any other company has gotten them both at the same time to the level, because that's just really what it is. You got to have the combat's got to be compelling, the boss fights and stuff, and then you got to have interesting areas because you got to explore. There's no maps other than Elden Ring. You have no idea. You just got to go explore and find your way.
I would say visually, it's more appealing to me than any of the Souls games. Lies of P is.
I mean, it looks interesting. I'll probably, maybe I'll check it out. But
I quit after like 2 hours.
Yeah.
I got mine. I'm good.
Silk Song's kind of, Hollow Knight kind of a similar, not as punishing, like your deaths are. If you don't get back your stuff in Silksong, I didn't find it as like, oh my god, I just lost all my Rosemary's. You know, I can't buy that thing I was gonna that piece of gear. But in Dark Souls, there was a time where I could level up for like 18,000 souls, and I killed a boss, and I had like 51,000, and I was like, oh, there's these glowing dots. I'll try that path. And then I saw like a thing. The game actually has like things on the ground to read, and it said shortcut back, and I was like, oh, I could just go back, save. That's what I should have done. I went to the right. It was all dark. I didn't have a lantern at the time. I fell off and died, and I went back to go get my souls, and I died like as soon as I walked out the door from the save spot. These damn pinwheel, like these skeletons on these wheels with spikes, killed me instantly. I lost 51,000. I mean, that would have been like 3 or 4 levels. I was so devastated for like 2 hours. I was still mad at myself. I was like, I never felt anything like that in Silksong or Hollow Knight. And what's the other one? Shovel Knight had a similar kind of thing where you died. You're supposed to go back, recover your gear. I don't know if that's like a key element. That's definitely a element to the Souls games. I guess it would be a key element to those because it's pretty bad when you lose a significant amount. You really feel it.
Well, I think a lot of things for
I love
Souls,
Shovel
like
Knight.
a lot of people always talk about, is that difficulty. It's like, oh, it's so hard. That's I know that was one thing that made you like not want to.
Well, I
get
thought
into, like,
Bloodborne,
originally,
it
but,
wasn't
like,
that it was
that's a
hard.
lot
It's
of,
like,
like,
oh, when you
people
died,
watch
I
Shovel
just,
Knight.
they made it sound like it was just all your progress was gone. And I'm like, no, any door you've unlocked, any save, they're not all called bonfires, but that's what Souls, they were called in Dark Souls. Any place you've been to, any person you talk to, all that's happened. It's just the enemies come back, and where you died is where your souls are. Now, if you don't get back to them and you die again, you lost them. They're gone forever, and it sucks. But like, I just assume like it's like you just like basically like Returnal, like you're starting over.
Yeah.
Even though Returnal has items you keep forever, upgrades, like,
Yeah,
it just
well,
wasn't.
that's the roguelike.
Yeah, it just wasn't described to me properly.
roguelike.
And if somebody would have just said, yeah, I mean, it has the atmosphere of like a Resident Evil 4 on top of that, plus this gothic setting, like it just, I just put it off. And it's one of those things we talked about, games I never thought I was going to like, and I ended up loving it. So, but back to Metroid. I don't know if it's just because it's so different from the other game I'm playing, Dark Souls. Like going back and forth just feels. I just feel like I'm so sluggish. I feel like I can't dodge anything. Like, yeah, you got the side dodge and stuff, but targeting enemies, I feel like it's too different of a game. I'm just not feeling it. Like every time I'm playing it, I'm forcing myself to keep playing. Just
Sounds like a perfect time to play Fatal Frame. You see how clunky that game is now.
could be. I do remember like
Then you're gonna
the
feel
turning,
like Metroid's really smooth.
trying to run past ghosts and stuff. But for whatever reason, I just cannot get, like, after like 45 minutes, I'm like, God, next save, I'm done. My play session's done. I'm like,
Damn.
I don't know. It's not gripping me. It's not bad. It looks good. I did like Duke and what's her name? Nora, maybe. I found those
No,
guys.
That's the movie. He's about Nora. You're talking about
It was
you know,
Armstrong's her last name. I thought it was Norma.
well, Armstrong. Yeah.
Yeah, I think it's Nora Armstrong.
Is it really a
I think
Nora?
so. Nora.
That's crazy.
Nora.
Yeah,
I really
like
liked
the
I
movie.
like those NPCs. I liked that whole section with them. It was probably my favorite part of the game so far. Because Duke, he seems like he's a military guy. He's no nonsense, but
Yeah.
it's just they're good companions. Like, I was enjoying that whole thing. Then she's like fangirling.
Oh, you got it very close. It's a Nora, just
Wait,
not
what
a Nora.
game?
I said Nora, Nora.
I did
What?
say a Nora, like the
Metroid
movie.
Prime 4.
Oh,
Like, I'm really liking the NPCs. I think the game would be way less enjoyable without him. Mackenzie's he wasn't like hilarious or anything, but he's only in the beginning, and I like going to him for the upgrades.
Oh, he ruined the game juice.
I like that aspect of it a lot.
Yeah,
So-
I like the NPCs who are. I just wish, as always, I just wish Samus.
That's
also
kind of
talked
that's
more.
why I'm
Right.
glad you said that, because that was literally the reason I brought up Metroid Prime 4 like 10 minutes ago, and then I got sidetracked. Yeah, I was gonna play a little bit of Clocktit's video, but T jumped when it was just me when I was about to go live, and I was like, then T joined, so I didn't do that. But yeah, it feels so weird Samus not talking. Like, I'm so over silent
Yeah.
protagonists, and that's same thing in Dark Souls. Those games, there's all these long talking NPCs, and your character just never says anything. It feels more out of place in
It's so
Metroid
weird.
Prime 4 than I think in Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom.
I'm
I
gonna say
think
Breath of the Wild. There's some weird shit going on.
that's
there, too.
weird. It's time, Nintendo, man. It is so past time to have.
It's weird because I think they dipped their toes, but I think it's unfortunate. I think they're just terrified because of Other M for some reason still, which makes no sense. But
That's crazy. Nobody
it's
played that
gotta
game.
be. It's gotta be.
Nobody played that game. It'd be one thing if it was like a 20 million seller. You
Yeah.
could say that. It barely sold 2 million copies. Like, come on. They're not worried about that. I can't see them being cautious because of that game. I just think they don't want to. You have to drag Nintendo out of these things that they've been doing for decades. And one of them is the silent protagonist character.
Because even in
They've just always
Pokemon,
done that. It's cheaper. Pokemon does it.
I've heard
right.
multiple
So-
people say that. Terrell, I saw a video where someone's like, "Yeah, it's just
Well,
feeling out of
Pokemon,
place
it's not
now."
even sound protagonist. It's just everybody.
Well,
Well,
yeah,
not-
everybody's quiet. But
Everybody
Yeah, no
needs to
voice
talk.
acting, but-
Everyone needs to actually have voice
Look
acting.
at this shit right here. I'm like, they don't want to spend the money. That's what it is to me.
And
they
we
don't
saw the
wanna-
budget of
it's
freaking
a higher budget.
ZA, and it's already sold what 12 million, 14 million copies.
yeah.
Like, come
Yeah,
on.
100%.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
that
more of
one's-
a Game Freak thing than it is
Yeah,
Nintendo.
because
but
it's not like Nintendo doesn't do voice acting for their games. Like literally,
Yeah.
it's just not. It's a lot of the protagonists. I mean, you still got franchises like Xenoblade. Monolith does that, and they.
Yeah, Monolith,
everyone's
they
voice-
have all those characters talk. It's great. It seems like
You know?
Chronicles 3, especially. Because I
And,
thought
and
the
again,
dialogue
like
was
Metroid
great.
Prime 4, the voice acting I think is really good for all the NPCs. I think they
Yeah.
pick solid people. It's just Samus. She stands there like it's kind of like sometimes it's like a dick move. Like just say something to.
Yeah. Like, they don't even imply, like, at least Link, they imply that he's talking. You just don't hear it.
Yeah,
You're like, oh,
Samus is just
really,
nothing.
Link.
yeah.
Yeah, nothing.
Come on,
But
man.
I am so ready for the end of the silent protagonist. Now, I don't feel it's really needed. They've in Dark Souls so far, all the games I played, there's really not a need. Like, it's not a story where someone's really interact. It's not a cutscene where your character's doing anything. You're just listening, and they tell you stuff. So if there was like a cinematic where they're like your character's like moving his hands like he's talking, then yeah, they need to talk. It's got to be done right though. Like, you can't have
Well, I
Link
think,
sound wrong. You gotta you gotta do some casting and find the right person.
to be fair, I think it does depend on the franchise because technically, the more I think about it, aren't like most of their franchises are technically voiced or in some way. Like, I mean, Fox, obviously, all the Star Fox
Mhm.
games.
Yeah, but here's the thing: is how are they voiced? When you put like when you have first of all, when you have a character that's supposed to be a serious character like a Samus or even Link to some extent, the production around him has to go up. You can't have what you have currently. Like, obviously Star Fox was,
But I
that
think
was
it's only
kind of
those two is what we need. Is what I'm saying. Is like we need Link and
Yeah.
Samus really. Like everyone else,
Link
like
and
I kind of
Samus.
I'm thinking about it. Like I don't really think.
Yeah, but what I'm saying is when you bring Link and Samus, when you give them voices, what's going on with the other NPCs is not going to be enough. You're going to have to elevate
Yeah.
everybody. You know what I'm saying? You can't just
Yeah.
you can't get away with the kind of lower tier NPC voices that you get away with now with if your protagonist also has a voice. Like, everything has to be elevated at that point. And that's why the budget will go up even for the NPCs you already have, because you have to
Yeah.
make it a more serious, contained story. It's just you
And,
can get away with it without doing that.
I feel like if you're gonna go that, what everyone else's visor comes up all the time. I kind of feel like if they don't show, from what I remember from, I think Clocked it might have mentioned, you don't see her either, like her face or anything. Like maybe there's a spot. I guess if somebody don't want to
You
spoil it,
blast the wall and you're
you
standing
see
next
it,
to it, you
yeah.
see her face.
But
Well,
like,
you see her in one cutscene if you end up actually like 100% in the game.
oh really?
Yeah, that's come
Yeah.
on.
Yeah.
What is this?
Well, what I'm
NES? Are we still in the NES days where it's a big surprise? Come on, that's the kind of stuff
It's like,
that
'cause,
keeping.
I mean, they
Samus
made a really good
Higgins-
Samus model, man. They made a really good
Yeah, she
Samus
looks
model.
great.
Duke
from
looks
there.
great. Like,
Yeah.
but
Yeah, Duke does
at
look
that
great.
point, then you gotta maybe consider motion facial capture or what performance capture. And there's a bunch of like the
I get
industry,
the budget is. You
it's
hear
gonna
the,
go
you can
up,
feel
but-
the budget going up.
Yeah.
but you have one person do the performance capture, and then you can have different voices for different regions, like different languages. But like all the Resident Evil games, they just have, it's Capcom, but they just have the English speaking people are the motion capture for the whole game for
Yeah.
all the regions, and I'm sure the budget would go up, but I don't. It depends on how many. Like they already have the other voice actors, so just getting Samus would obviously make.
That's
you
what
would
I'm
think
saying.
be
I
paid
feel like
more
I
depending
don't
on
think
what.
it'd be that much bigger.
But
like,
just
the
think,
budget would
like, I'm the only one that played Expedition. I believe T, you might have started it, but
Yeah,
that game is
I'm in so many games right now.
that game is so much less of like I love the combat, everything was great, but that game is so much less of a game without the great voice acting. Like I mean, Charlie Cox got all the praise. He's good. I mean, he's Charlie Cox, so he
Yeah,
just
he's
he's got a pleasant
very good.
voice and it just fits the character. But he's not the main cast. Like he's not the main like. There's what's her name? English that won the award at the Game Awards for Mael.
Jenna English.
She's her last name's English. I forget what her first name is.
Yeah, is it Jenna or something like that?
No, but she's also doing like 2 other games that
maybe
are coming
Jennifer, I
out.
don't know.
It might be Jennifer. That sounds right. And
Oh.
I don't know.
without
I'm
that
just guessing.
without that voice actor, imagine The Last of Us if Joel never talked. Like how
Oh my god!
that would just be so much less of an experience, like from that perspective.
So much less impact.
Yeah.
So it's just time. Samus needs to be fully motion capped,
No, for
performance
sure.
capped.
But I think
never see Master Chief's
there's a major
face,
difference,
so-
though.
You never see Master Chief's face.
No, but there's
He
a
does
major
talk,
difference
right?
between like The Last of Us and its heavy emphasis on story and everything versus like Metroid Prime.
But if
4,
you're gonna do it, you should do it right. Don't half-ass it.
no, I agree.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I just think that's a big difference. Like that, there's definitely a big difference when it comes to those two.
So do you want
Specific.
Samus to have a British accent? What do you want? Because I would love that. personally.
maybe a Wales accent so you
Yeah.
get retro annoying.
Oh, maybe a Scottish, like Nia
Scottish or
from
something.
Xenoblade Chronicles 2. I think she was Scottish or Irish. I can't remember which one. I always confuse those two. Speaking of, every once at work, I am not signed into YouTube, but I watch it while I listen to it. I don't really watch it. I listen to it while I work because I have a speaker on my desk, and for whatever reason, I don't know what I clicked on because there's no profile, but it does. Even though I'm not signed in, it does recognize what I watch. NFL stuff, like I get a lot of football stuff, I get video game stuff. And for whatever reason, Karen Gillian on Ferguson, what's his first name? On his late night show where he was always flirting with the women. It was probably early in her, probably after Jumanji maybe. And she obviously she's got the accent, which she doesn't have in any of the movies that I've seen her in. And I'm like, I always thought she sounded a little weird. Her English just sounded a little off. She's pretty good, but hearing her like natural, like whether it's Irish or Scottish, I could look right now. I'm pretty sure it might be Irish. Hearing her talk in her actual accent, I mean, she's already a beautiful woman. It just added to it.
I think she was Irish. This sounds familiar.
I'm pretty sure. Just Gilligan, like her name. I'm sure that's Scottish.
Yeah.
She's Scottish.
Scottish.
Yeah. And just
A
like,
lot of countries in
Yeah.
Europe.
but just hearing freaking
England.
Batman, Christian Bale. Hearing his like English accent for the first time was like, what the what? I had
Yeah.
no idea.
Like you said, Charlie Cox. And I completely
He's got an
forgot. He's a
accent too.
Brit.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm like, what the fuck? Oh yeah, that's Charlie Cox. He has an accent. I forgot because I know him as Daredevil.
Same
so.
with Kick-Ass. They hired. He's supposed to be an American, and
He's
they
another
hired
one.
dude with the
Yeah.
British Spider-Man.
Somebody said, "Oh, he's in the running to play James Bond." I'm like, "What the fuck? Why would they want?" Oh yeah, he's British. I forgot.
He was good
I
in.
completely forgot he's a Brit.
Wasn't he in the Bullet Train? Wasn't he in that as one of the dudes?
Yeah, he was. He was great in that.
But yeah, it's just weird. But anyway, well, I could see Samus being either way. Like I'd be fine with an accent. I'd be fine if she has American accent.
I like Swede. I like the idea of her being Swedish. That's because you don't hear that much.
Yeah.
I think for her being raised by the Chozo, she has to have, you know, I mean, it sounds like a stupid American thing for me to say.
Exotic.
But more, yeah, yeah. It's just an accent you don't get to hear that much.
Maybe
So I
it's
think
the
that'd be a
exotic
cool
accent of Brooklyn.
You know, she could be Southern. You know, Southern to me sound.
Yeah,
I love the
maybe.
sound of Southern.
That would be way out of left field.
But it would be. But anyway, I'm ready for that.
Whoever the actress is in Metroid Prime 4 who's yelling and dying, like what does she sound like genuinely? You know what I mean? What's her voice?
Yeah.
I don't know. I'm sure that she's an actress though. She's been in several games. I'm sure. I don't.
It's crazy. We've seen her face more in fucking Smash Brothers than in her own goddamn games. like, like that's insane. But
Actually, hold on.
that's-
I
Is
feel
there a
like,
voice
yeah.
actress,
I feel like I don't know. The Clocked made a good point. Like you got to get to know Samus. Or like the woman,
you have to.
not the robot armor.
Yeah, because she has a really cool backstory. Like
Just-
her parents were killed and fucking raised by aliens
If
with
you got to
crazy technology.
rip off
That shit was
Iron Man,
cool as
show
shit.
her face inside the helmet with like the heads up display. Like if you don't want to have her
This
visor
is
come up.
Aaron Yvette is the voice actress for.
Hmm.
She's an American voice actress.
Like totally. A Valley Girl.
That'd be funny. That'd be a funny thing for
That's
AI.
hilarious.
Have AI do.
I mean, she's in a
Yeah.
bunch of stuff actually. Right? The Wolf Among Us 2. Is that coming out? Dispatch. She's in Dispatch. Outer Worlds 2. Borderlands.
Mm-hmm.
She was in
Mhm.
Xenoblade Chronicles X Definitive Edition, but probably I think it's one of those like Nail. Probably a smaller voice. I don't know. I don't recognize that.
There was some new character. I'm still
Hades
waiting.
2.
Still waiting
She's
for
in
that
Hades 2.
patch.
Still went by a goddamn patch.
To wait for that
So I
60
can start over
FPS
again.
patch.
Yeah, she's in Hades 2.
What else?
I
Oh,
refuse to
Hollow,
play it at 30 again.
Hollow Knight got a patch to doesn't. I mean, the resolution and that art style doesn't really make that much difference, except for like in the text, like on the opening. I just put it on the 120F 1080p mode, but so let's talk about the direct because
She's in Clubhouse Games. 50 Worldwide.
Oh, wow.
You don't remember her from Clubhouse Games, Robert? Shame on you.
There's a lot of voices actually in that game in terms of the characters. I actually quite like those.
I still gotta get that game. I do actually want it.
It's just a fun game, man. Really fun game.
So, where are you guys at with this partnership direct? Because I've not seen anybody say, "Oh my god, it was amazing," but I have seen quite a
Yeah,
few.
honestly, I haven't even.
That was kind
watched
of
it.
disappointing, or that was kind of mediocre type stuff, and that's kind of how I felt. But it just felt like most of it. I don't know what the new announcements were that other than some surprise like old games coming to Switch 2. I don't know what the actual new game announcements were. We already knew about. How many times are we gonna we you know the Resident Evil amiibo I guess was the new part of that. We knew Pragmata was coming. We knew Indiana Jones, Fallout 4.
Played that demo yet?
Which one? Pragmata?
Pragmata.
Not yet. It looks interesting.
It's very cool. I like it. I like it.
There's a
Yeah,
lot.
admittedly, I don't know what's literally new. I mean, a lot of these are games that haven't come
The
out
Elliot
yet,
game we'd seen that.
Mhm.
Yeah, that's the thing.
There's
it's
a lot
new
of,
game, but we've seen it before.
There was a lot of it felt like there was a lot of anime. I don't know what the breakdown is, but it felt like there was a lot of animation style like art, like design, character designs, and that, and about
What's that? It Takes Two like game with
Orbitals?
the-
orbitals.
Hell,
Orbitals.
But yeah,
Orbitals
that's
is good.
another, like, we knew
That was
about
sweet.
the game. They showed it already, and
But
now
we
it's
know
like
about it, yeah. But we know about it, yeah.
didn't give
Yeah.
It
you
is
really
exclusive to
any.
Switch 2 for
We
some
knew it was
reason, I don't know why.
yeah, we already knew that
nothing.
too.
They didn't really add
No
much to-
info, like no like.
Yeah. So it felt like a waste of time. Honestly.
And then like then you find out information after the direct, and I just looked it up before the podcast. I'm actually stunned because I was telling you guys I've been waiting for info on the Switch 2 version of Fallout 4 because I've been thinking about picking up the game for like 2 months now. And
Yeah.
first off, we find out after it's a code in a box. And then I look, it's freaking $60. I'm like, what the
Mhm.
Nope.
that's
Nope.
2 no's right there. So they're like at
I
most
got that bitch on Steam for like $9.99 or something
Yeah,
or less.
You know what? I think they're still selling it though. Like, especially it's the new anniversary edition coming out. They still selling it for 60. But you know, there's always a sale all the time on those, so it's tough to be like, oh
Yeah.
yeah. But they do sell it for 60.
I mean,
like,
if it was a cartridge, all the game on the cart like Indiana
Yeah,
Jones,
that's one-
okay,
that's the
60
difference.
maybe. I think
That's the difference.
50 or 40 probably would have made more sense, but
You-
we'll
You're
see.
gonna ask for 60 for a game that age.
And
Um,
I mean, I don't
You're
think
gonna have
it.
to do something.
I don't really think it looks that great for a Switch 2 game. From what I saw,
Yeah,
it doesn't
Fallout
look that
4
good.
doesn't look that great.
I don't think it
regardless.
was ever gonna look
I don't think
good,
it's a good
but
looking game at all.
It's just to me, that's just like
I think it's a good looking game.
but- really.
even like
Yeah.
you know, my favorite channel, Wilson 108, that I didn't watch it because I've been waiting to play I've been thinking about playing the game, but I did watch the opening. They're like, oh, we're playing it on PS5, and immediately had like some kind of glitch or bug like immediately when she started playing the game, and I'm like,
yeah.
this is the PS4 version with all the updates that got, then upgrade a PS5. They did a Series X and PS5 upgrade. And it's still freaking buggy, and like that's just crazy after all these
Well,
years.
maybe you'll be like me, man. Get lucky. I didn't see like a lot of. I don't remember like bugs like that, man. I'll be honest with you. If it didn't, I know people say it's a bug game, but I didn't experience it like that. So, to be fair, maybe you'll not
So you're
experience it.
that guy, huh? It's fine to me. I don't know what everybody's talking about.
No. I'm saying
I've
like,
never been
people
able
get
to
it.
say that other than
No, people, but like I can't literally say, oh yeah, my game had a bunch of bugs because that was wrong for me.
I didn't
I'm
play
just messing with you.
Forbidden West right away, but I still
Not
had
serious
I
at
still
all.
had the skating Aloy skating around without moving her legs, like, you know, I didn't have the falling through the environment stuff that Forbidden West had
No, I
early
never
on.
have that either.
But I still have there's dudes like floating at in random you know, just a lot of games that kind of stuff happens. Like I've never I've never been able to say, yeah, I didn't have any. Like it's never happened to me that I can think of. But yeah, so overall it's just kind of like this isn't one of those. I didn't hear anybody say, well, they're just getting this stuff out of the way for the real direct, but if there was ever one that would make me think that, it would have been, it would have been this. If that already didn't happen many times and it didn't mean anything, like
Yeah.
even
Yeah.
if they did do a partnership direct, and you're like, all right, they got that stuff out of the way. Remember that E3, and it was like the late,
Yeah, you got these things
I
out
think-
of the way, and then
and
you
it was just
could
like,
only do,
To be fair, it could be the case with this one because like literally I feel like I'm looking at this list.
I think
like,
we knew about every
we
game.
knew about almost damn near every single one.
We didn't know about
Like,
Oblivion, but that's
it
just
seemed
another.
like a wasted.
Oblivion, you didn't know about
Direct.
Oblivion, you know, that's
But
one.
Oblivion's that remaster's like been out for a few years now. Like that's not even.
It's not. Yeah, it's
No,
not
no,
compelling.
what?
Oh,
Oblivion Remastered?
oh.
That's been out a few years. That was last year.
That was last year.
Yeah, it came out last
I
year.
thought it was
Yeah, that came
24.
out the same day almost as
Almost a year. It
Expedition
hasn't been a
33.
year yet.
It came out like the
Came
same
out.
day as Expedition 33.
Oh really? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was 2025. Yeah, first I want to say I feel bad for Nintendo's partners because I would say most of the people watching directs want to see Nintendo games. I mean, that's just
Yeah.
Nintendo fans.
I mean,
That's
it's why I
just
haven't
how
even
it
watched it.
goes.
You know, like you know.
Yeah. So I feel bad, and especially after all the years of the whining and bitching about no third party on Nintendo.
Mhm.
Well, they're giving it to you, motherfucker. Stop crying. Like you're getting third party that you haven't had probably since GameCube.
I don't know, man.
levels of third party.
That's the
and
that's
then
the thing I wanted to bring up. Like, yeah, there was a few years where GameCube was getting, a good amount of the
I know where you're
games.
going. I was gonna go there too, but go ahead.
So my thought is like, okay, this is not. We don't know what the quality of these games are going to be. We don't know if they're going to be good, but and I know Assassin's Creed Shadows wasn't like new. I can't. That was what, March 20 or February 2025? So less than a year. So that came out on Switch 2 this year. Outlaws came out.
No, it came out last year, didn't it? Didn't it come out? in,
Shadows
like,
came
December?
out like, yeah, early
December.
2025.
No, but the Switch
what
2
game?
version came out in December.
Oh,
Remember,
did
was
it?
like,
Yeah, you're
yeah, it was
right.
like the-
Yeah,
For some reason, I thought it was beginning of the year.
it was still within the calendar year by like a few days.
Okay.
Well, Switch
Well-
2 didn't come out till June.
So anyway,
that's
I'm just
true, yeah,
thinking
that's
this year
true.
you got Ari, Requiem, Pragmata, the Elliot game, Elden Ring, which that's a few years older, but still it's a
Monster
huge game.
Hunter Stories.
Monster Hunter
3,
Stories, if Dustborn, Dustbloods, I'm
Dustbloods,
kind.
yeah.
I think Dustbloods. I'm kind of worried that that's not gonna make it out because Elden Ring could be taking their time if they're doing it.
Mm.
But that's a pretty. I'm forgetting some. Plus, we're getting the golf. The 2K golf game, the 2K wrestling.
Yeah,
You're getting
the,
Madden,
Yep.
You say Resident Evil?
Resident Evil. Yeah.
Orbitals. Again, I like that Orbitals, man. That shit
And
was
I'm
good.
like,
Orbitals
this
looks fantastic.
Indiana
It's
Jones.
gorgeous.
Looks to be a pretty good version of the
Indy
game. All in
on
the
a cart,
cart.
by the way, blew my
Like,
fucking head off.
In 1 year,
What?
and that's just everything we know. Like, there could be
And
more.
Reanimal, that's the Little Nightmares devs,
Like,
which is that's. a
I'd
big
be
game.
curious to look at like the GameCube's best years. I'm not
As far as
saying
third party goes, it was
as far as, like,
2001 to 2000, late 2003, probably.
just the
2000,
just
early
the quantity
2004.
of like new third parties plus some slightly
and
older
date.
release. Yeah, day and date, and we don't even know what else is coming. Like I feel like
You got Turok Origins.
this year to me is
Oh, don't
already
forget
better.
Turok.
This is already better than anything on Switch 1 and probably and Wii U. The launch year there was a bunch of third party games. They weren't great ports, but it's just like, wow, this is like crazy. Think when you really think about it.
I mean, look at this game on Switch 2, Turok Origins, man. It looks pretty damn good.
Is
I
that's a
didn't get a
new?
good look at it.
Is that a new game?
That's a new game. It
Turok,
hasn't come out yet.
my problem with Turok is Turok hasn't been good since Turok 3. So I'm like, you got to prove to me that you're gonna
It
be
looked
any
pretty-
Yeah,
like that-
I'm trying to see like look at the visuals. For
The
Switch 2,
animations looked really good.
impressive, you know?
Oh no, it looks good. Yeah.
Like the animation of the dinosaurs and stuff. I was
And
like, wow.
hey, man, I need some more dinosaur games, like actual dinosaurs.
Yeah, I
Like
feel you,
Sonic.
but as a Turok, a person who loved Turok on the N64, it hasn't been good since the N64. That's just a
Yeah, I'm
fact.
not
It just
expecting
hasn't
it
been
to
that good.
be amazing, but I mean, I don't know about the third person perspective. I kind of feel like I'd prefer the first for that game. Same with Resident Evil. Somebody had a really good, high quality HDR feed of Resident Evil off screen footage. It looked amazing. But they had this annoying AI voice guy, like, hey guys, like the most obnoxious
Really?
like, AI voice. So if watching on mute, it'd be fine.
For their video.
Yeah.
Oh, in the video.
In the
for
video, they're
itself.
like he's describing things, and it's like it kind of sounds like. At first, I was like, "This ain't a real person."
Is that a real
Was it a
person?
Japanese video or something?
No, it's just from the recent where the people in the U.S. or Western
Oh, okay.
audience
I
got to
thought
play
'cause
it.
sometimes you might be thinking of like the auto dub. They have like a new feature.
No,
Yeah.
where
somebody
they auto-dub,
uploaded
like,
it. It was
Japanese
I think a
speakers, so,
Nintendo
like-
channel, and used really good like the video quality, but the game looks really good. People say it's like, around 60 FPS, visually great. I saw the footage, the gameplay with I forget her name, Ashford, I don't know what her name is. It's not Rose, who I thought it was going to be from the previous games. But they show her like walking with the lighter in the screen, and they cut to the third person perspective, and I'm like, I'm not the biggest first person like fan of the new Resident Evil, but I actually think for that type gameplay, like the Alien Isolation, where you got to hide from this creature following you and you just have your lighter. I feel like first person's the way to go with that game, but that's just a side thing. But the game looks to be good. Progbata, I didn't play the demo. I downloaded it. Looks like that's a really good version as far as performance wise. And I don't know, man. I'd be curious somebody to name a year Nintendo system with like just like this much third party support with new day and date stuff and
Yeah, I was gonna say this is
big games.
It is better than, well, at least so far. It is better than GameCube. As far as like the big titles coming out, you know, like GameCube would have never got like a Final Fantasy game. Like we got Final Fantasy Crystal Chronicles. You know, I didn't get the real.
Yeah. Oh
Final
yeah.
Fantasy
Plus
games that are coming out.
Rebirth. Forgot to mention Rebirth. Coming out
Right,
in
Rebirth.
June.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's this
Comes out in
Yakuza Kiwami 3? Is that
I'm so confused by the Yakuza games because I haven't
is that
really.
a new game? Is that
really
old?
played
That's a
them.
remake. That's a remake of I believe Yakuza 3. That's like
Looks
it
like
should
he's
be a
playing
remake of
Right, that's what I
darts
thought.
in this review. He's just
But
playing darts.
it's Kiwami 3 plus Dark Tides, whatever, which is like a new chapter.
So that just came
it's
out. There's a
game.
review for it on Nintendo Life. I don't-
Yeah, like that's a new game for everybody, and you know it's a
Yeah,
remake, but it's a new release for everybody.
Yeah, I have all the. Again, Steam. I have all the Yakuza
And I mean,
games
like,
on Steam.
I don't know what the other versions look like, but just looking at this footage, like, it's.
Oh, it looks
I'm
good. The
guessing
Yakuza
it's
games
very
look good on
comparable.
Switch, too, man. Absolutely,
Let's see here.
the Yakuza games look good on Switch.
Of course, it's playing jittery on your guys'. It's smoother on mine.
Yeah.
Let's just go back to what I was just watching.
Yeah, it's clean. I want some of that food to eat.
Yeah,
Yeah, you're not playing some spin-off version like Dead Space Extraction, which people say it's a pretty good.
hey man. To be fair
Game.
though, I do like that game exists
Yeah.
because of the Wii. You know what I'm saying? Like that I
And-
do like that.
Hey, Dead Space Extraction is a good game. That's fine.
My problem with the game was just the Wii's limited capabilities of the sound design was what made Dead Space that extra special game for me.
Yeah, I mean, we would need a comparison to be honest with you, if to see the difference between the Yakuza's. They're
Yeah.
pretty damn close. You know what I mean?
So
That's the big thing about these Switch 2 games is that you need comparisons to be like, well, how does the reflections to look
Yeah.
compared to that?
the
You know what I
only
mean? Like,
the thing
But
that
I'm
sucks
saying,
though.
if you got to do that, then what the fuck are you arguing
you're
about?
good,
This
you're solid.
like
you know?
you got to be good, right?
The
Like, I
issue
know,
is
like
yeah,
right
and
now,
put 'em next to
you know
each
how many
other.
people I see on the timeline now on Twitter stuff talking about now it's not about like resolution, not about frame rate, it's about hair and reflection.
Yeah.
I'm like, man, we good. We sitting good. If you were sitting good, all you got to worry about is hair.
If that's
and
your
reflection.
argument, then Switch 2 is doing very
I
good.
would have bought
Absolutely.
Tomb Raider 2013 on Switch if it had better hair. I'm not lying.
I didn't mind the hair. I just think the effort in the game itself was that great.
But the
I could
problem
live
with
the hair if it wasn't for the rest of the game.
the one negative with all these third-party games though is if you don't have a terabyte micro SD express,
Right.
unless you just want to, we're talking 100 gigs for Rebirth. That's a long download to like, you're just want to have that on your system till you're absolutely done with that game. You're not going to want to re-download that like just randomly.
No.
I mean,
Um,
again, I guess obviously it depends on how it plays, but like, if I'm playing the game, I'm going to play it till I finish it. But that's not everyone. I know.
Speaking of, Retro Death said, just last week he was like,
What?
I think I'm going to focus more on a few games and finish those. I'm like, whoa, what a novel idea. Don't have.
No, I don't think he was
Smart
I
ass.
think he misconstrued it. I think he's just gonna play how he typically plays. He just said he's playing Hollow Knight. He's playing this. I think he's still playing.
No, he
how
said
he's
because of
going-
his work schedule, he was going to focus more on like fewer games. That's how I read it.
I'm telling you, I think you read it how you wanted to read it. I think he's playing exactly how he's been playing. I think he's just saying
Hey,
that
man.
because of his work schedule, now he could get back into Hollow Knight and get back into this other game. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm pretty sure that's what he's doing. He's not shrinking the
He's
amount of
a
games.
high volume gamer who has like I know the struggle. You want to fucking play everything, but you just can't.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
You want to play everything. I do that shit myself.
Well, I'm struggling.
The good thing is that not everything is worth your fucking time.
Yeah.
You might try it for a little bit and you're like, this ain't worth my time. And you can pass on it. You can like, all right, I at least tried it. I know that game feels like it's not for me. So there is that. But you can get to a point where you're trying to play 20 games at once and you're doing nothing with any of them as far as progress.
I don't like whatever games in the disc drive in the PS5. I'm more than likely I'm not gonna switch it out, so I'm just gonna keep playing it. But
See, that's crazy to me. That's
That's crazy.
But,
That's kind of crazy.
my problem right now is watching the damn Wilson 108 channel, and they're playing this game that I've already played and beaten, and now I was like, man, I want to get back into that game.
You want to go play it again?
And
stop watching that shit.
It's
Which
happened. So Bloodborne. I just watched a video on Demon
Mario
Souls.
Galaxy?
They're playing Mario Galaxy. I was like, man, do I want to?
I wanted to restart.
Do I want to pay? Do I want to pay $40 and get that Switch version? It's like, no, I don't have time. I still got Silk Song. I still got Act 3 of Silk Song and Metroid
Hey
Prime.
man, it's a very good version. The Switch versions, they are a good version.
Yeah, of course they're good. There's no
It's funny though
The
because
price ain't right, but they good.
she got stumped on the pole stars, where it's a star and then
I
the
still have to watch the video. I forgot.
the stars in the middle, and she just kept going around the edge. She didn't think, oh wait,
Is it like when it's like when it's a star, then it's literally
yeah, you gotta
the power star's in the middle or something?
yeah, and you have to drift and then grab one and pull yourself through the middle.
To grab
And
like
he's
a
trying to
power star in
tell
the
her,
middle?
he's like, because she would hold the button, so she'd go to that and just stop. Mario would not keep moving. She would just
I
hold
have
the
to see,
A,
let me look
it'd be
it
like,
up what it is.
and
Because there's a lot of those you could just like long jump and grab the power star. You
well,
don't even
either
have to
way,
do the pull star.
she was just holding the A button till she got to the star, and it stopped her momentum, and then she'd go to the next one, and she went around like 3 times, and then he's talking to her, she's not paying attention, and it went up to one of the ones and pulled her through the star. She goes, I have no idea how I just did that. I have no idea what just happened. I'm like it's just crazy what some people get stuck on. Like that was like, oh, pull.
Oh yeah, you talk about the beginning stuff, which is funny because I've always been like, I always like you got to use the pull star, but then I realized just with gravity, you could just long jump, and I always felt like, I don't know if people know how to do this. You just long jump, you grab your power star.
I have to say that because people always make the joke about the Wii being 2 GameCubes stuck together as far as the power goes. I have to say, when I first started playing Mario Galaxy, that felt like a next gen game.
Yeah.
It felt like it would lined right up with anything I was doing on 360
like
at the time.
the hair on the bee, like the bee you crawl around.
Like
man, the Queen Bee.
I was like, okay, now we've moved into the next generation for Nintendo here, because this actually feels like a next gen game.
I agree though, because it looks a lot better than Sunshine. Like just texture, like it just.
Oh yeah, it's
way, and it does look like a generational leap when the skyboxes do a lot of the heavy lifting, where they just looks incredible.
Even in the areas that are bigger environments, not just the small little planetoids. It's definitely a nice visual. And I thought Galaxy 2
the big honey hive Galaxy.
I feel like Galaxy 2 just looked just a little bit better than 1. Like they just refined it. Wasn't major, but
well, I think a lot of that has to do with the coloring. They did a lot of
and it's 60 FPS.
Really nice,
And it's 60. I think 60 was a big part of it. Because that was a big.
That was that game,
Sunshine, which was not 60.
That game had, I want to say, locked 60. I don't remember any slowdown.
I feel like it was locked.
Yeah, no. There's not a single ounce on the Wii where it went under 60. I would be stunned.
But yeah, watching that, I'm like, God damn it, I want to play that. Then, like I said, the Souls games, Sekiro, Bloodborne, Demon Soul. I watched a video just kind of ranking or talking about the difficulty of those games. I'm like, God damn it. I want to play more games now than I ever wanted to play it once, but I just got to focus. I got to try to get through Prime. I got Resident Evil coming out in a couple weeks. But T brought up something. We were just talking about Galaxy, so there's a discussion we had. It wasn't like a debate or anything, but I asked you guys, I asked what people thought was the best Switch 2 game. and then we got into a discussion about what makes a game a Switch 2 game, or what makes any game, like, because Clock's daughter beat Ocarina of Time on the 3DS. I'm like, to her, that's a 3DS game. You know, so it's like,
I played it on Wii U. It's a Wii U game.
It's kind of, it
No,
is.
it is gorgeous. It is gorgeous on the 3DS. Like, it's gorgeous. But man, this goddamn controller right here was built for that fucking game on N64.
Yeah,
and
not
it-
no tiny
It's the
handheld.
intuitiveness. You can't really mimic that. But yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
Yeah. And I just got to thinking, like, for me, I wasn't even considering Silk Song when I was thinking about Switch 2. I was just like, honestly, I was only thinking between Donkey Kong and Mario Kart, because I don't know. It's like,
Well, because when you think, I get it. When we a lot of times when we discuss this, we always think about exclusives, right? But realistically, like every third party play, all of a sudden they're all Switch 2 games. I mean,
Yeah.
they're
Those are Switch 2
at
games.
least it has like some Switch 2 enhancements. It's not just the Switch 1 game.
Well, it's literally the Switch 2 edition of the game of that game.
On some
the
of them,
Switch
yeah.
2 version. Like Burnout.
It's still
Like,
weird though,
look,
because like there's so
Burnout
many
2.
there's like gray areas for me. Like
The GameCube game.
I played Dark Souls Remastered. I mean, obviously it was a PS4 game, a PS4 box. I played a PS5. No way would I consider that a PS5 game, because it came out in a PS4 box with no upgrade. But I'm like, I mean, I really don't. I don't know. It's weird to think of that.
But if
as-
you were to overall, that's the problem. That's where you get into the gray area,
Yeah.
right? Backwards compatibility. Because if you were to overall rank what you played on that system, that was
and if
literally
I
a
said
PS5,
if I ranked it by my favorite games I played on the PS5
yeah,
this year, it would be there. But if I said
you know what I mean?
actual PS5 games, I wouldn't count it.
Yeah.
And I'm just like, it's just kind of weird,
sure.
because Silk Song could, I
I
guarantee
think
you
this
could,
is a recency type of thing. I think that
well, we didn't get these.
I kind of agree with you. I kind of agree, and I understand where you're coming from. But I just referenced Burnout, Burnout 2 specifically. Like, that's a GameCube game to me.
Mhm.
Like, I know that's on other consoles, but at the time I was playing that on GameCube, I didn't fucking know that was on another console. I even had an Xbox at the time. I didn't know
Well,
that Burnout 2 was on it. That felt like a GameCube game to me. It was. So
I think if it's new to that generation, I don't think there's any debate. Like, I'm not debating that
Yeah.
part of it, but we didn't have this, like, oh, this game, every game from the previous generation other than Capcom doing it for Resident Evil. Like, you didn't,
right, this
you
is
didn't
this
get
is a
all,
different beast.
you weren't just like getting all these previous generation games just ported to the new system so much. Like, even with the with the
Sure.
backwards compatibility, it still happens a lot. I mean, yeah, you got the HD ports on the
A
PS3 era and stuff, but I'm just like, there's so many games like Silk Song. Almost guarantee you could run on like a 360. Like, they could, if that was a system that people still bought games for. I feel like that game could run on a 360. Like,
Yeah.
maybe it couldn't, but
I would be surprised if it can't.
it's like in some
I mean,
fashion.
That would be, yeah, I'd be
It
surprised if
It
it
doesn't
can.
have to run
Because
at,
like
the
1080 Switch version
or
and the Switch 2 version and the
Right.
PS5, there's like almost no, that art style doesn't really, the
To me, if
resolution
it could-
doesn't change
Switch
much.
1, it could run on the 360.
Yeah.
Let's be real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
So it's like, it's just kind of a weird era we live in, where this games can just
It's
cover
strange.
so much. But then, like, all the ports, the Wii U ports on Switch, I said this when they were coming out. I said, these are just going to be considered Switch games for people in the future. It's just going to be a Switch game. It's not going to be a Wii U game.
And I will always view them as Wii U games, but
Yeah.
it's like there's a lot of people that will be like, oh yeah, New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe is a great Switch game.
Yeah.
And you're like, what?
It's like,
Like-
what? No.
Like, Tropical Freeze, I don't think it has a deluxe moniker, does it?
No, it's just Donkey Kong Country
No.
Tropical Freeze.
So
It's
for
just insane.
that's the Switch Donkey Kong game for a lot
That's
of people.
diabolical, right there. That's diabolical.
Yeah, it's diabolical.
That they did that. That's
And
Yeah.
what's weird is they put out a patch for Donkey Kong Country HD, or Returns HD,
Return
and not Tropical. I guess there was an issue with the Switch 2 version. There's something, or with just the Switch.
and I hate that. I
And-
hate that.
I
It
mean,
has to be a patch.
I already wasn't gonna buy it, but the fact that find out that it was just like built in like Unity by this company for Nintendo wasn't even like
Well, it's Forever Entertainment, I
Visually,
believe, which is
I think
which is
visually, I don't know if the core gameplay from the originals there, and they just visually was rebuilt in Unity, remade in Unity, and the code still so it plays identically. I'm not sure if that's the case or not, but I'm like, it's just weird that got a Switch 2 update to improve the resolution. They added Dixie
So-
Kong, which
Yeah.
that's kind of cool.
Yay!
Yeah.
But it's like, where you at with the rest of where's Dread's Switch 2 edition? That would be a massive improvement. The HDR and the higher resolution, it's all you have to do. Just higher res with HDR, the game's gonna look amazing. Faster
Well,
load.
I'll say that it's like the way we look at, obviously for probably, well, I guess really since PS4 and beyond, a little bit starts with 360, but like, generations are just so blurred,
Mhm.
because it's like if you look on your friends list on PS5, when I look all the time, I see people playing GTA 5, a 2013 game. I see people playing, The Witcher 3, a 2016 game. And then you'll have one 2026 game, but everyone else is playing games from like 5+
I'm
years
playing
ago.
Dark Souls Remastered.
Exactly, Dark Souls Remastered. You know what I'm saying? It's the way things that you view, like, oh, this game and that play. It's so blurred nowadays, and it's been
Yeah.
for probably
Actually,
over a decade.
Like, I guess I'm up to 30 PS4 games, like physical, which is, for me, that's the most ever for one system. If I bought all my games physically on a Wii U, not including the indies, I think I would have been over that. But I
It's
just
crazy.
I'm
Wii
still
U would have been the number one.
and Fallout 4 is in my view, like, Liza P could be something I pick up. I mean, there's still
Mhm.
PS4 games I'm still gonna buy, and I don't even have to think about it. Same with Switch 2. If I was just like, you know what, let me buy Kirby in the Forgotten Land, I wouldn't get the Switch 2 edition. I'm not paying the $20 extra or whatever. I'd probably try to find a used one or something for 40 of the Switch version. Like, it's just you don't even think about it anymore. I don't think about it anymore.
Yeah.
It's like I have the newer system, but I don't care if it's PS4. I don't care if it's Switch 1. Like, if I wanted, just got the itch to play it or pick up a game, I'm just gonna do it. I'm just gonna play it. Like, it's not like the old days where you had to boot up separate mode, like PS2 games on PS3, like 360. I don't think the original Xbox games booted up different, but it didn't have your save files or anything, and you had to start fresh with the games, and it just wasn't a smooth transition. But nowadays it's just, you don't even think about it, which I think is cool. It also, in some respects, kind of ruins the feel of a new generation, where it doesn't really feel like
For sure.
you're just basically like PC. You just upgraded a graphics card, like T says all the time. You just bought a new graphics card, basically, but then sometimes you have to rebuy the games instead of getting the benefit.
Well, yeah, that's the craziness of it. PC gamers were expected to buy a new version of a game to fit their graphic card. They would be fucking
They've done that a few times.
losing their minds.
They've PC. There's been a handful of times where that's happened on PC, where they actually remastered a game, re-released it, and but a lot of times, guys, well, the mods are just as good of the original version. Like, I'll just play it with the mods.
Sometimes that's true.
So,
Sometimes that's true.
but yeah, it's just crazy to think, like,
Speaking of Wii U, poor Wii U. The value is in the dirt. Like,
it?
if
Oh,
you
yeah?
go look up used Wii U games, even the console itself, dirt cheap. Dirt
I mean,
cheap.
honestly, I mean, to be honest,
That's
again,
great.
I still believe
For-
that
if you're a
there's a
collector,
lot of value.
Go collect for Wii U right now, goddamn
Yeah.
it, because you can get everything you
How
want.
cheap is
for
Devil's
nothing.
Third?
Not only that, again, you could play
Except for
Wii
Devil's
games.
Third. Devil's Third
Yeah,
is not
Devil's
cheap.
Third. Well, that's
Devil's
the thing is
Third
that, like,
is-
whenever someone would tell me, oh, you could play all those Switch games I mean, the Wii U games on Switch, and it's like, yeah, but they're gonna be cheaper on the Wii U. Those editions, they were made for
Way
the
cheaper.
gamepad, made for those, and
Right.
you also could play Wii games. Like, you have the other backwards
Right.
compatibility of Wii games. Like, if you could get it for cheap, I would still recommend a Wii U
And
because
if
there's
you mod
plenty
that
of
bitch, you could play Game Boy Advance, Nintendo DS,
Yeah.
GameCube, Super Nintendo, N64, like natively on the console. Like,
Yeah.
that's fantastic. So
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 apparently,
I think-
Airs
I mean,
just
really low, definitely worth it.
Just to cut
What's up with
cut
those?
in here. Air seems to have some information. He says Twilight Princess, Wind Waker double pack, 4K Mario Maker port, Splatoon Raiders, Xenoblade Chronicles 2 Deluxe Edition, all coming to Switch 2 before a new entry. Oh, he's got a winky face. I thought maybe
No, he's joking.
I thought maybe he was
No, he's
gonna
making
make a
he's
proper.
making fun of the people who come up with this stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah.
he's
That
being
would be funny. But for us Wii U owners, it was kind of sad to see this whole Switch
Yeah.
generation come
Oh,
and go
for
without
sure.
new entries.
For sure.
In some of those games. So, and just side note, just randomly, we were talking about Mario Galaxy and that channel, Wilson. They've been streaming, and they talk about Galaxy 2, but I've heard him say in 2 separate videos that hinted that he don't think 3D World's like a proper 3D Mario game. And I've been in the live chat. I keep mentioning 3D World. It's a perfect game because I don't think he's ever played it. He can do his video all they could do a 5-hour first time playing co-op. It's 100% co-op. I keep bringing it up in the chat and hasn't replied to that. He was replied to other things, just not that one. And I'm just curious, like, is he gonna go like if you're gonna skip one, and I'm not saying you should. I mean, Galaxy 2, like for their video, for their channel, it's kind of redundant to do a separate video on Galaxy 2 because their whole idea is first time playing, her first 5 hours, this is her experience. And yeah, it's different levels and it's a different structure, but it's it's the closest they'll
by
have.
technicality, that is literally a sequel.
For their format, though, it seems like that would be the one you would consider skipping because it's not gonna be anything really new gameplay wise for her.
Yeah.
Whereas 3D World's like a completely new experience.
Exactly.
And I'd be very disappointed. Like, I'm not like I don't like unsubscribe over like silly stuff, but that would be something where like, all right, that's I'm gonna consider. Like, if you skip 3D World, you're claiming Mario's one of his top.
Play with his 3D World, bro.
When Mario's like his top franchise,
He's loving this channel. He's gonna unsubscribe.
I know, but if you're gonna claim Mario's one of your favorite franchises of all time,
no, I agree.
and you're gonna skip
crazy, but
a mainline
unsubscribes a little bit.
3D Mario game, and especially if you do Galaxy 2, because like I said, for their format, it doesn't really make sense to play Galaxy 2, like separately.
You shouldn't be skipping 3D Land or 3D World or 3D Land.
Yeah. Also, he didn't mention
Both of
Bowser's
those,
Fury. Like, he acted like that didn't exist in one of the videos.
Bruh.
And when he's talking about Odyssey.
I have to check your Mario Kart. I gotta check
Exactly.
That's
If
why I'm
they
like,
5 hours, they could play the game.
Yeah, they could beat.
You know?
I don't know if she could beat it in 5 hours, but it'd be pretty close.
Oh, I guess it is her playing, so she probably wouldn't finish in 5 hours. But yeah.
But I think I did 100%ed it, and I played a little 3D World, so. And
I mean, but this is a person that is now like gaming, like, you know.
She's getting better though. She's had some pretty impressive like evasive. She's just like, I feel like inexperienced gamers panic and they resort to their very basic.
Oh, absolutely.
Like, oh my god, I forget. Like in the video, he had to remind her, oh yeah, the spin jump's a thing in this game, and then he reminded her, and she used the spin jump every jump after that. It's like it's either all on or all off, you know. And I'm that way too in games that are a little more demanding.
Also,
like,
to be her credit though, she's playing like a few hours and then dropping the game and going to another game. Like, you're completely like losing. Like, you have to. To me, when you're playing through a game in full, you're learning what you're using and you're continuing to use it. If you go and you drop a game after 5 hours, shit. Now what's it? You know what I mean? So
because like that's the. I mean, people have even commented that maybe that 5 hours is kind of a bad format for a lot of games. Not like Age of Imprisonment, they didn't even play it for 5 hours. Like, they said, well, just keep doing the same thing. But like Silk Song, I was like 10 hours into the game and I'm still like training my muscle memory to do the moves. Like, I kept jumping instead of attacking, and I kept dashing when I wanted to attack. Like, you get in a panic and you got to have more time. That's why I like that they're actually live streaming going through that game like all the way. But yeah, just again getting back to the original like old point, like I was so tempted to pick up Galaxy on the Switch 2 for $40. Nope, don't do it. You
Well,
know.
Oh yeah, because you don't have
you recently played more
3 All
Galaxy
Stars
2.
anymore.
You recently played more Galaxy 2 over Galaxy 1, like time wise, right?
Yeah,
Like recently.
I played. Well, I finally beat the last the last two
So
Luigi
technically, the
levels.
last time you played Galaxy was longer ago, right?
But yeah, and then I played Galaxy 2 right after. So I just played like 2 levels of Galaxy 1. What was that?
Okay.
2 years? I
Yeah.
want to say 2 or 3 years ago I did that. Might have been longer now.
I feel like
Time's
it might be
flying.
longer now. Yeah, I think that was longer than that.
I did it in the
Dude, it's
theater room too.
2026.
I did it in the
It's
theater room,
2026.
so I couldn't. It was probably my old
That might have
Sony.
been 4 years ago.
It was probably
or maybe
2022,
even 5.
20. I would say it's around 2022, probably.
I don't know. I
'Cause
would have
I-
been surprised.
I
still had the
wouldn't be
Wii U
surprised
hooked
if it was
up.
during Bowser's Fury, like 2021 even.
Yeah,
wouldn't even be
I still had
surprised.
the Wii U hooked up, and I just said, you know what, I got to finally finish 100% in these 2 games. And for some reason, I was stuck on a green star with Yoshi in Galaxy 2, and I was like, I just remember like I was like, man, this is impossible. You got to like go up this thing and like fly and fall. I got like 3 tries after I picked it up years later. It's like, I was like, that couldn't have been the
Does that
one.
work with the sensor bar?
I have
Theater room?
I have one.
Oh.
I have a sensor bar. I could probably find the photo actually. I wired a sensor bar to a AC adapter. And I had it sitting on my speaker. So
Oh.
yeah, it was before I did my front wall. So yeah, it was probably 21, 22.
Time flies, man.
Actually, now I have to look now. I'm pretty sure I can find a picture where I had the sensor bar on the.
It's gonna be 5 years ago at this point. Time flies.
It does, man.
Did you see they
Yeah.
got a new State of Play coming?
I didn't see that.
It's tomorrow. All right. Like an hour long, apparently.
Dang. I feel like, I mean, Saros
They're
for
gonna show
sure.
up that.
Maybe.
I mean,
So
they already showed it.
as
that
always,
Horizon
I will be
free-to-play
like,
game- or not
man, I want to
free-to-play,
see some PlayStation
service.
games, but February 12th. Okay, so on Thursday. But like, I know at the time it's mostly not PlayStation games, but I hope to see some more PlayStation games. I know, like I said, Saros, of course, for sure they're gonna show more. But
I've already-
Wolverine.
Wolverine, yeah, I would think so. It's this year, right? So you'd think.
I'm obviously not into the live service type of stuff. I ain't gonna lie, I'm a Horizon fan, but I don't know. I don't hate the animation, like the cartoon style, but it's not like, oh my god, that's so gorgeous. I'm just kind of in the middle with that. I don't want.
Honestly, I think that
You're
looks
getting a
better
lot of
than
hate.
the Horizon games to me.
I wouldn't
To
want
me,
the
it's
main
just
game
not
to
like
look
that.
like it. To me, it just kind of felt like
You don't think it looks Arcane-esque? Like in terms
Yeah,
of that, like that.
I was
a
gonna say, it
little
looks
bit,
like-
yeah.
I was seeing screenshots between the two, and in a little bit they like straight
Really?
up
I'd have
copied Arcane. Like
I don't know, Arcane-
It's close.
I would say that some of the animations look really cool, like the but I don't know, like when I saw what's that damn canceled Xbox Rare game, Everwild, I was just
Everwild.
like drooling, and I mean it looks clean, it looks nice, but I wasn't like, oh my god, like that's like the perfect art style for that, and I was never gonna play that style game from what it looks like, but like I was thinking if the actual main game looked like that, I'm not saying I hate it. I just like, yeah, it looks clean, it looks nice, but it's not like it didn't hit me like the artistic style of it.
Look at this. I'm gonna share this screen.
I'd be curious,
look at
'cause
how close
Arcane's
this looks.
Does have some stunning like
Wait, share this one.
light areas, but it's also got some really like dark.
It's very similar. So obviously it's Arcane, right? Are you seeing it?
Yeah,
And then you look at like that shit is similar, man. We get that it's not
is.
It's very similar.
It's very similar in terms of what they're doing. Like I was like, well, that's pretty goddamn similar. I mean, almost to
It's
a
pretty
to a,
similar.
almost to a little copycat. I feel like. But it looks good as hell as in a video game, man. I was very surprised. But I'm
it's interesting because they said it was very early still, but they're gonna do like a playtest. It's like they really
Yeah, they're
just
doing a
it kind of
PlayStation.
just started. It looks like they got like the world and everything, but it's
But no, I thought it. I mean, I could be wrong, but I thought it maybe comes out this year or something. But what I will say is that it is Gorilla working on it for majority of the team, and there's a lot of people upset that it ain't Horizon 3 that they're mainly working on, because supposedly, according to Jason Schreier and stuff, that it's a smaller amount working on Horizon 3, and most are working on this.
hmm.
And that's
It doesn't.
interesting.
Am I remembering correctly? Is it did they show like four areas you could play in? Like it's not an open, not like an
No,
open map.
it's like I mean, I have not played Elden Ring Night Rain, but I was seeing people compare it to that in terms of its structure.
Yeah.
I haven't played that, so I still have no clue as to what it is kind of. But like, you know, I think it's so strange because it's like I was looking at it, so like for me, I was like, nah, this looks like an awesome looking game in terms of visuals. It's not something that I care about because of it's a live service game and all that. But and it's unfortunate. I think this is just the case of Sony doing the live service games, and this is one of the ones that happen to be completing. And
Well, I
they're
feel
doing
like
its completion.
isn't like the head of PlayStation like the former Gorilla guy still?
Yeah.
That's yeah.
I feel like he's.
But
I
he
don't know.
was like, well, you could scrap all your guys' project, but we're not scrapping Gorilla.
I feel like Horizon. I mean, I thought the Lego Horizon game looked gorgeous. Like the gameplay seemed like it was pretty bare, basic and stuff.
Well,
But
it's a Lego game.
I thought that looked like I loved
Yeah.
how that looked.
Honestly, to me, I thought the combat looked, it's more stylish, more like.
Yeah,
I was
mean,
like, I
it's
think
okay.
it
It's
looked
like,
pretty
but
cool.
I just thought it was a super odd choice to make that into a Lego game.
yeah.
Oh, you talking
Make
about
that
the
franchise.
Yeah, because she's
Oh,
supposed
yeah.
to like all goofy, like the voice actor,
Yeah, like
voice actress is acting all goofy.
Who is it for? Like, okay, like if you like Lego games, I don't think that's a thing that you just like Lego games. I think certain franchises bring you to a Lego game, like
For sure.
Lego Star Wars, that kind of
Star
stuff.
Wars, Lego
So-
Jurassic World.
Lego Jurassic, right? These are big franchises that bring you in to a Lego game. But if you're not a Horizon, if you are a Horizon fan, do you give one shit about
I mean,
a Lego game?
Other than it visually looks
Apparently not.
stunning. I just
Well, this is what I'll say is that unfortunately, I was reading a lot of Reddit comments, and the way Sony has trained the audience to care more about realism over art style and stuff like that.
Yeah.
I don't necessarily
and-
believe everyone's like is actually a fan of Horizon anyway. That's like commenting on it. They're probably
That
just
too, I was surprised too. Actually, like I was like, where did all these Horizon fans come from?
Yeah. Apparently,
but also,
Forbidden West
Ouch.
sold 10 million.
Yeah.
no, I
But
mean,
yeah,
it's-
you count the
they
bundles.
both- the first one is the best selling
Yeah.
Sony game or whatever. Like it's a huge
Yeah,
seller.
20 over 20, right?
Yeah,
But
and
a
so-
lot of that was at $20. It
Mhm.
wasn't.
Yeah. But my thing is that it's like I find it surprising because I at least I appreciate the art style in terms of like something different in terms of that, and but I was seeing a lot of comments on Reddit talking about like, oh, like who's this for with the Horizon and the mature audience, and I'm like, Horizon's rated T for teen. What are you talking about? Some mature audience? Why are we acting like this is some
Well,
like rated M
I feel
game
like
that's,
they
way
only
more-
did this
I'm like,
to try to get a bigger audience.
you don't think this
Yeah,
the
Fortnite
same
crowd.
rated T for teen rating as Horizon Forbidden West. It's not going to be E10 and up. It's going to be rated T for teen.
I don't
just
think
like
that's the rating necessarily dictates.
rating-
that. I think of course the rating is necessary in terms of broadening your audience.
But there's still,
in the end
like-
of the day,
I mean, let's be real. Like, I love animation. Like, some of my favorite movies and my favorite show is an animated show. So I'm, this is coming from somebody who's a fan, but kids love animation more than adults, generally speaking. So even though it's not like super kiddie like animation style, it's gonna be. I'm guessing in their mind, it's gonna be a little more appealing, approachable to like a younger audience. I don't know gameplay wise. Horizon Zero Interest.
You like the Horizon.
It broke me.
See, the reason why it's it's like almost like a caricature version of these characters. Like Aloy just looks looks fine, but it doesn't really look like Aloy if you
Well,
didn't have her in that
but
outfit.
she looks like a little bit off. She looks like she's in How to Train Your Dragon, to be honest with you. She
But
looks
like even the dude
Yeah.
that I like that's definitely a caricature of him, which is fine. I'm not a big fan of like caricature like drawings and stuff. It's just a different. It'd be like if I'm trying to think like what would be the equivalent. It's almost like the Wind Waker thing, you know. At first, people were like, "Oh my God, look at this! I wanted
What is
this
the Tinky
realistic
Winky
Zelda," you
But
know.
my thing is that's the thing is like Nintendo, all their franchises have different unique art styles, which is why I'm actually happy with this, with the fact that they're like, hey, let's do
I
this
mean,
spin-off
as an
different art style also.
animation, I probably would
Yeah,
be
but
even
this isn't-
more for it.
You're right, Robert. But this isn't motivated by wanting to have a cool art style. This is motivated by let's see if we can get the Fortnite crowd over
Yeah.
or the
Because I kind of
the
like,
guys who
Guys,
play
you
these.
still talking about Fortnite, but like, how, why, what?
I kind
at
of
what
felt
point
like
would this look like it would attract Fortnite people? Like, I don't think this is. I
Well-
think it's more Monster Hunter or something like.
I
like,
mean,
it doesn't
visually,
seem like it
I
was
thought
Fortnite.
of Marvel Rivals. I thought of Overwatch. Not that it looks just like it, but I'm just like instantly my mind went there. I wasn't. It wasn't It was just completely subconscious. I'm watching this. First thing I thought was like Marvel Rivals. Like, I don't know what Marvel Rivals looks like, to be honest. I've seen like the costumes and stuff, but
It has that kind of a looks appealing.
I mean, the lighting's
So
really
It's a lot
nice.
of thick. It's a lot of thick people in Marvel Rivals.
Yeah, that's true.
But I don't know. We'll see. It's
The facial expressions, all that stuff
it's very
feels
cartoon.
very like.
It's very animation.
Oh no, it's very cartoony, but that's why I like I'm looking at this. I'm like, bro, you put Horizon 3 in that, I'd probably already like that game more.
I wouldn't mind
Like,
if
I already
Horizon.
don't like these types of games, and then you take Horizon and you do this. Like I really don't care.
Oh, for sure. No, I don't actually care like that. Like I'm just saying, like for me, it's like the art style, and to me, when
Let's
I
look
read
at
the
that.
comments like on Reddit, I'm like, man, Sony, you gotta do better. Because these motherfuckers were like, "Oh my god, I like."
Well, yeah.
They said one of the best selling points is the realism and for the realistic
I mean,
graphics.
To
And
some
I'm like,
people, that
yes,
I remember
technically,
that was a
but
legit
it's a
thing.
spin-off.
it-
This is a
Yeah,
spin-off.
but this
is not
isn't.
even a-
Yeah, this isn't Horizon, motherfucker.
This
So
isn't
you
Horizon
can't be
3.
mad about that. I think the most
But look at
most
this
of
is-
the anger comes from the fact that this
Well,
is
it's
a
awesome.
live service game, and a lot of fans of Sony didn't like that pivot to where they
Mhm.
were doing like 12 fucking games at once. A lot of those guys did not like that shit at all. It turned out to be a big waste of time and resources and money because they canceled most of them shits. So, and here you are putting this game out. Read the room. Like
Yeah,
look what
that's-
happened with High
I
Guard
agree.
and all
I
these
get
other.
that. Yeah.
Yeah, that's what I think. That's where most of the vitriol. Not
But the
it's
problem
not
is-
so much how it looks. It has to do with that more than
The only
anything.
thing though is that when it
That
comes
does
to
look a
live
little
service games, a
arcane-y.
lot of these live service games have been hero shooters, right? They haven't been like a more action-oriented, team-based PvE.
Yeah, you're preaching to the choir, Robert.
It might
I
be-
totally understand what
You know
you're
what I'm saying?
saying.
The
and you're
gameplay
right.
might end up being really solid, and like it might be a fun game. You never know. But I don't think. I just don't think they're like, oh yeah, we're definitely gonna get. We definitely just want the Horizon. They're trying to expand beyond.
No,
the
they're trying to
Horizon.
expand.
This is
Of
not-
course.
This
Of
is not
course.
specifically for Horizon fans. I don't think that's the case. They just say, "Oh, we got this world already. We can do something different for different types of fans."
And I don't
Or-
mind
or-
it
or
doing
games that like this.
doing something visually different because it's a different type of game. You don't want it just to look like
Right.
Horizon.
It's a spin-off.
If
Completely.
it looked like
not
Horizon, it'd be
mainline.
kind of boring. I think
But again, like I think it looks clean, it looks nice, but I wasn't
this
like
kind of game.
I wasn't like, oh my god, that's like the perfect art style. Like it's just it's a nice looking game for sure. It's clean.
I just want to say to Donnie Arts, come on, man. This is more Monster Hunter than Fortnite, bro. You're taking out monsters. Just the fact that you're actually combat taking out monsters, it's going to be.
But
more
you got a
similar
loot box, you
to-
got
It's not
a
PvP.
you got a chest.
It's PVE.
Honestly,
It's
I felt
PvE.
like what's that other
It's
game that
PvE.
like Nia was really into it on PC. It's,
Oh,
um,
that was the one like Immortals, wasn't it? That was that Breath of the Wild style, or is that a different one? The Genshin Impact.
no,
No.
not Genshin.
See, some
no,
of the
it was-
series
this
look
was
pretty good.
fuck was that game? She tried to get me into it. I just never got around to
Oh
playing it.
yeah, I forget what it was
I can't
called.
remember the name of it, but it was very much. It looked a lot like this.
I mean, you
I'm
can't
pretty
tell
sure
me
that's the
like
game. Like to me, that looks cool as hell. That's the game. To me, like the characters, the way like that looks like a movie, bro. Like that shit looks really clean in terms of the character models. I'm like,
Yeah.
that's a actual character model. That looks
Now,
awesome.
if you're into like, if you're like a real Horizon Uber fan, this might piss you off. Like, this might be something that you genuinely don't like what they're doing here.
I don't know.
And
man.
this,
I feel
yeah,
like
here's
if
the
you're an
Fortnite
Uber
stuff
fan,
with
you
the
know,
shrinking environments. It's like
no, but that's why people are saying it's more like Elden Ring,
Yeah.
Ring,
What is
where
that
that's very
game?
similar to that. But my thing
I
is
gotta-
this.
Gotta find
Yeah,
some
I
of the
think-
some of the animations and combat look really good. So I mean, I just
That's what I'm saying. Like, it's still made by Guerrilla. It's been made by the team that you like. Like, I don't know, man. I think people are just so quick to be like, "Not what the fuck." But my thing is like, I think to
it
the
kind
other
of
Metroid
I can
Prime 4.
understand. I could actually understand why you'd be annoyed that it's Guerrilla because that means you're not getting Horizon 3 sooner. So they could have made it a different team working on it. So you have Horizon 3 sooner.
my biggest issue
can
is just
understand
it's
that.
a live service like co-op game. Like so,
That's my biggest.
I'm
complaint
already
too, for
like,
sure.
even if
Like,
I
absolutely.
absolutely loved the art style, I'd be even more upset because it's live. I mean, just make the main game look like that. I don't feel that about this, but yeah, it's like they can't just. I don't want a studio to just have to make the same game. Like I feel bad for the Zelda team. Like they're just nonstop Zelda games like for how many decades now. Obviously, they got new people come in and the games change. But I was, that's interesting. I didn't mean to pivot, but I don't know. Did we ever talk about, was it Inuma that said he was thinking, he randomly threw out like, oh, maybe Monolith Soft will make the next Zelda game or something. Somebody said that like within the last 3 months from Nintendo. I don't know if it was Inuma.
That what is it?
That Monolith, like they wouldn't mind
Wait, what?
Monolith Soft making the next Zelda game. It was somebody at Nintendo within the last 3 to
That
4
does sound
months.
familiar. I forget that.
And I don't remember we ever talking about it. And my only problem is, personally, I feel like while Xenoblade Chronicles 3, I feel like the story and the characters and stuff was an improvement. I feel like the gameplay wise, I kind of felt like it was going kind of boring and tedious for me. I'm not saying they would make the combat work like that. But I was like, I don't know if I want Monolith Soft being like the core team to make the next Zelda game. Like, I could see them helping, but I don't want them to be like the core main team. I don't know. How do you feel about that?
I probably wouldn't want them making a Zelda game full blown, just the whole team. Like, I want them to just keep continuing their own thing, Xenoblade, new IP, everything. Like, I want the Zelda team to work on the next Zelda game.
I'd just be
I
like,
mean, to be fair, you have had like, Capcom worked on Minish Cap. So if there is something similar to that and they do their one thing, I ain't against it, of course.
I'd be a
I'm not
little
I'm not-
worried, like how much free reign would they have? Would it even feel like a Zelda game? Like, I don't know. Unless they'd be like, all right, Monolith's doing the development, but we still have Inuma and the director of Breath of the Wild still involved, like, and they're just going to be the talent. Then it's like, okay, but if they're just like, all right, you guys here make the game, show us when it's done, type of thing, I wouldn't want that. So
The Dauntless. That's the game.
Dauntless.
Dauntless.
I guess that
Yeah.
doesn't sound familiar. I was gonna think Arc
Dauntless,
Raiders.
I
Was,
remember. Yeah, no, that's another one of the live service
Yeah, it's a live service
and it's
free-to-play
Battle and Monsters
game where you're battling big monsters.
Doesn't it feel like
it looks a lot like this?
Doesn't it feel like the games that become popular were the ones that didn't have any hype? You didn't even think, no one was
Yeah,
expecting.
like Dauntless.
Yeah, you can't.
Like, I don't
you
know.
you can't just go in saying
Yeah.
you're gonna make a hit game because Fortnite was a failure. They had initially, and then they changed it, and it became this huge hit. No one expected like Fall Guys. I guarantee you that dev team wasn't like, oh, this is gonna be huge.
It's gonna be the big
Among
no,
Us.
Of course not.
Like,
Oh,
and
well,
then,
definitely not. That was literally after it came out, like
Yeah.
years later.
and it's like, so to try to like manufacture like a live service game,
for sure.
Even Fortnite. Did you say that already?
yeah, like
Yeah.
it's basically just it has to be like a perfect storm, dumb luck. Popular
Timing.
streamer just has to happen to play it and makes it look
But
fun.
at the same time, you still have to. The unfortunate thing is, like, in order to
You have to make
become
the
a
game.
popular live
Yeah.
service game, you have to make a live.
You have to make the
Right.
game
Well,
first.
yeah. but your motivation has to be pure. Like if you're
Yep.
sitting there trying to put all these pieces together, Frankenstein a fucking game together,
Yeah,
because
absolutely.
this game to put it.
Absolutely.
What was that
people
one
like
that-
this in this game and people like that, and that ain't gonna work. It has to be an organic game that your motivation wasn't like, oh, I gotta make a popular.
Well, at the
live
beginning of the
service game.
video, he even says, "Just a heads up, guys. Guerrilla Games is still dedicated to single player games." Like,
Yeah.
really? Wait.
You know what though? We were just talking about manufactured. You can't just end the Game Awards with this game no one else ever heard of and act like
High
it's
Guard? Are you talking
act,
about High Guard?
act like it's the greatest thing. Welcome to High Guard, people. This is the end of our show. And then it comes out and it's it's on horseback, but it's basically just another Overwatch
It's another
stuff.
hero shooter stuff like that.
And
But
it's-
my thing
What,
is, like,
what's the
I
other
also
one
think
that was also
the
on
hate
Switch?
is a
It
little
remind
aggressive
me.
on High Guard. I
Paladin.
think that also too. The hate's a little
Yeah,
aggressive on High
Paladins.
Guard,
Yeah.
But it's whether they're hating on the game, it's still true. Like
No,
why
I
is
think
Jeff
a lot of it
Keighley?
had to do with Jeff
With the
Keighley,
announcement.
like you said.
Well, unfortunately, literally, it's
He
just
talked
Jeff
it up
Keighley.
for like
And
months.
there was
Yeah,
no
he talked-
other advertising. It sounded like, from what people were saying, there was like they did no other like promotion for the game. They just
No.
Jeff
Well,
Keighley.
no, but the thing is, but let's be for real here. If it was not the last thing at the Game Awards, no one would
Yeah.
be.
That's why-
they would
that's the-
complain about
That's why people are like,
Yes.
what the
And he
hell
was
is
on
this?
Twitter combating
Keighley's
bitches left and right. He was on Twitter. So, all right. He kept making these little memes and shit about
Yeah.
how great the game was gonna be
It's Jeff
once
Keighley's
you got a
fault,
taste
man.
of it.
That's why
So
people were mad.
He has a big.
If
Yeah,
that game
he
had
has a
just
big-
come out, no one really heard about it. No one would care. It's just that fact that
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, if it was
like-
in the middle of the show, no one would. There would be a few.
Yeah, I
that,
think
"Oh,
people
that
are
was bullshit."
actively hating on it because of him. Like it
Because
would
it
have
was
came
him.
out and it might have
Because
done. It
it's-
might have done okay.
it might have, but
Dude, the last, literally, if you go back and see the reactions to the Game Awards, a lot of people were like, the worst part was the ending where they announced a new hero shooter, and I'm like, I feel bad for these devs. It's fucking Jeff
feel
Keighley's
bad for
fault.
do you think how much do you think they
It
paid,
doesn't look like a bad game.
or do you
No,
think
they
he
didn't.
really thought it
They
was
didn't.
great?
He no, they did not pay anything. That was
Maybe
the big thing, is that
maybe
Jeff
he's
Keighley
got
did-
some shares
He
in the game.
He
They-
legit thought it was good, but I think he's just so detached from what gamers actually like or care about.
It'd be interesting. Like
So-
this is just a theory this is based on nothing, but wouldn't it be interesting if it came out that he had some kind of stake in like the game's success, like financial
I wouldn't be
stake?
surprised.
Yeah, I mean, but I think
Then it
I
would
think
be
it's
a
more
little-
so that he was buddy with one of
or
the
his
people. that
or
worked
his
for
friends
the
with
game.
him, one or the other.
Or something like that.
No, it
Because
wasn't,
like-
no, we know that they knew each other.
Okay.
They knew each other. Like,
So it's like
again, it's ex Titanfall and some people, and so
A-
people.
a
My
Titan-
thing is this. This is my problem though. Is that people are so stupid, man. That said, oh, they're announcing it's from the people of Titanfall, but they're gonna make Titanfall 3. Motherfuckers from the people that made Titanfall. Like, it
What are you talking
wasn't-
about?
Well, it could have
They
been
don't
a
have the license to
spiritual-
Titanfall 3.
Right.
How the
spiritual.
fuck did they make Titanfall 3?
well, here's the thing
Are
though.
you
That was the former Call of Duty Infinity Ward guys that made Titanfall.
Yeah.
And
I
that
know-
was
I know,
another
but
game
when
that was
people thought it was
overhyped.
Titanfall 3 was gonna happen. I'm like, you're stupid. They don't have the
What
license.
the fuck?
Dude,
They don't have the license.
these
for that.
guys, that just is their MO
EA
because
ain't giving that shit up.
Titanfall was game of show at E3. You had my buddy, what's his name? The guy I always bring up that I hate, Adam Sessler.
I was-
Absolutely dick
Adam
riding that
Sessler.
game for 3 straight days because he knew the lady that was
Titanfall 1.
Titanfall 1. Oh my god, this
Yeah.
is so good. I'm like, I paid $5 for the game when it came, like a month later after it came out, whatever, a couple
Xbox
months.
Dick Rider, Adam
I mean, hey,
Sessler.
man,
And,
I'll be
uh,
honest with you, it is a really fun multiplayer shooter.
And I was like,
enjoyed the hell out of
I'm
it.
not kidding you. Like
Well, we know that now.
within the
Yeah.
first hour, I was like, wow, like this is all this game. The Titans is like the worst part of the game. Like I hate being in the Titan. Like this is what this is.
I did like being more flying around, like.
And then it's like all
Whoa,
these
whoa.
bots, these easy to
That's
kill
why
bots.
Apex Legends works so well.
I'm like, why are there so many easy to kill, like instant kill bots in here? Why isn't it just all humans? It's just like, I don't know.
To be fair though, I think that game would have done better if it launched also on PS4. You know, it wasn't just Xbox but PC.
But that just felt like fake. I didn't know at the time. I was like, oh wow, this people hyping this up. This must be pretty good. To me, that felt like manufactured hype.
It is pretty good though, man. It's a damn good shooter, man. It is a damn good shooter.
I mean, the
Titanfall?
core
Oh,
the core
yeah.
controls are solid, but just the game, the
really
levels
solid.
and stuff, it was just pretty wide open. It just
and
wasn't Call of
the
Duty.
game got a lot of hate because it was an Xbox exclusive too.
Yeah.
Let's just be honest. It got a lot of hate
Dude, I played
just
a
because it
shit
was an
ton of that
Xbox
game.
exclusive.
I mean, there wasn't a lot to play on Xbox One, but I played a ton of that.
I
game.
just think it's just another Call of Duty killer, quote unquote Call of Duty killer that came and went, and Call of Duty just kept going. Like, it's just, there's so many remember like Homefront? There was like MAG back, we talked about Homefront was a bit on was that 360 generation? I think it was. Homefront was the Call of Duty killer.
what?
Battlefield 3 was the Call of Duty killer. Battlefield 4 was a Call of Duty killer. It's like, that always
But
works
these are
against
all
these games.
solid games. It's just that these fucking Call of Duty dudes who talk shit about Call of Duty the minute it comes out, and then they all run out and buy the next one, and they talk shit about that one.
Apparently,
and
this
it's
new
just like,
one's really bad though. Like really low effort, as far as like the single player.
I'm sure it is, but I haven't cared about Call of Duty in a while. But it's just
Well,
like
that's the thing. It's still technically not doing bad. It's just doing bad for a Call of Duty game, but it's still like
I
top
think
five.
it's still like right.
But the
Right,
signs are
literally,
there.
not
Like
for you.
I think the end is in sight. I feel like it can't go on forever. There's no way.
I don't know, man.
Well, I don't know about
man.
that. I don't know about
That's
that.
the problem. Is like
Because
I was just talking to somebody about I forget what company we're talking about, and shareholders. Like a guy I was helping with hang his screen and stuff for his home theater. Like he works for, I don't know if it's Cisco. So he works for a big company, IT software engineer stuff. And like their profits were, they did 2.5 times their previous year, like 2.5 times their sales. That's huge. That's not like 15%. That's 250% in like from year to year. They did a massive whatever they did. They had massive business. He's like, they laid off like whatever 100 people or whatever. And he goes, it was record setting. And I'm just like, that's the problem with these companies. Like Ubisoft, I guarantee you I can't guarantee it, but I feel like they don't want to make Assassin's Creed every year, but it just continues to sell. And they put out these other games they don't sell. So they're kind of stuck.
the biggest problem is the whole kind of the shareholder setup, right?
Yeah.
Where it's just like your goal, no matter what, is growth, growth. And like, it's not good enough to just do as well as you already been doing. You have to have growth because the shareholders will get upset if they're,
Because they want their stocks to
shares
grow.
aren't going up, right? And it's just like that's not sustainable. That's not a sustainable business model. Growth.
Well-
Because at some point, you're not going to be able to grow. You get to
You need
a
a
point where you
peak.
just can't grow.
Or you
It's
can't
gonna be
grow like in enough. You can't 1%'s
You can't
not
grow
enough. It's
enough.
gotta be 10, it's
Yeah.
gotta be
1%.
15%.
Exactly.
That's such
Yeah.
an arbitrary number, and like I guess
It's just weird.
the owner of like Arizona Tea, like those were 99 cents for those big cans of iced tea back when I was
Yeah.
a kid. I think they're still
Yeah.
99 cents. Maybe
Still
they're
not insane.
Yeah.
and he
No,
said
still are.
he's like, we're
that's like
profitable.
the whole meme that they're always there for 99
He's like,
cents
we're
per
still
year.
profitable.
Yeah.
It was like, we don't have shareholders. We're profitable.
Right.
We're making money. That's good enough for us. Like,
Yeah.
that's
Mhm.
especially
That's a good
the
business
business
model.
I'm in. In distribution. Your growth is so dependent on so many factors. You can't guarantee it. If you're profitable, making money, and you're a successful business, yeah, you shouldn't just rest on your laurels.
Don't just sell. Like
But
Arizona, make another can and charge $1.49 for that bitch. Make something special about that. You got to do that still once in a while.
mhm.
Yeah.
But your core business is that 99-cent can that I adore. I grab one of them bitches once or twice a week at least. So it's a great model.
And it's
Why
like,
fuck with it?
I feel like there's too many companies go to that route, and it's like they don't care. They don't care about the fan base or doing things that will be successful in the long term. They're like, well, we got to hit our sales goal. That's what happens when you have the pressure of stock shareholders. Is like, shit, how are we going to hit our goal? Well, one way is just cut down on spending, so we lay off employees. Another thing is like, we got to get this game out, Cyberpunk. We have to get it out. We have to put it out. It's been long enough. We have to release it. They release it, and it's like a disaster. And next you know, I'm picking up the game for $5 or $10, like the collector's edition with the steelbook.
Yeah, with all the fucking goodies inside.
And they couldn't
everything.
give them away those games for that.
Which, I mean, they learned I hope they learned their lesson. Like, that was the whole idea, is like, it just shows that, even
I don't know if they did learn their lesson.
We'll see.
Like, because I feel like it's not like their stock prices didn't go up because of it. There was a bunch of refunds and shit, so the stock prices go down because of that. So it's like, they're like, okay,
Would you be surprised if they did something like that again? I wouldn't.
No.
Witcher 4, like, people are talking about that coming out this year. There's no way Witcher 4 should come out this year. Based on
no, that's not coming out this year.
I've seen people putting it on the list for this year. I'm like, there's no way.
Because people be putting everything on the list.
I wouldn't want it to come out. If I was a fan, I wouldn't want it to come out after that. It hasn't been long enough since Cyberpunk to in my opinion, for them to have something to match. Or that's the other thing. Like,
they got to put something out there.
But when it comes to the actual
DLCs
game,
ain't selling no more like they were.
Like, you want the game to be
Witcher 3 DLC, not them, but those rumors of a Witcher 3 DLC again.
Come on,
That'd be
come
crazy.
on, stop it, leave that game alone.
But if you're gonna release a sequel, you should hope you should hope that your sequel has at least as much as the previous game has as far as content. That's the thing where that's not sustainable either. Like Smash Brothers, they can't top Smash Ultimate.
Yeah, you ain't chopping.
I'm not even concerned about Smash because I'm like, what the fuck are you gonna do to top Ultimate? Like, what can you do? That fucking game is Ultimate.
People complain about, and justifiably, Street Fighter 6 did not launch for the $60 with enough characters, with how many characters are in that franchise. But you can't expect Street Fighter Alpha 3's like ridiculous, or
every character that they've released so far. Because that's not gonna happen.
And I mean, I don't mind. Like I said, I don't mind.
I expect Ken and Ryu in the goddamn game, and Akuma even at this point.
I think there was a big difference.
Akuma late. That's crazy to me.
There was a big difference between Street Fighter 5 and Street Fighter 6. Where Street Fighter 5 didn't even have. Remember, it didn't even have like the arcade mode, and it had a computer.
Right. It had almost nothing.
Like, it was nothing at
launch. That's when Sony funded
Street Fighter
it.
6. I mean, you played a ton. Like, the single player is fleshed out, and all, so it's like, there's content in there.
Yeah. So, there's content.
I would say they learned their lesson on that front in terms of that stuff.
So hopefully there's not an issue, because
one
of these
definitely has.
That's another game I think eventually I'm probably going to pick up Witcher 3 at PS4 version. Like, I'm just going to keep adding PS4 games over time.
I would be very interested in say you.
I played it through Game Pass. I played like the first 2 hours
on Game Pass
on the 1S, so it wasn't like the best version, but it was solid. Funny enough, thinking of that game, horseback to me feels mandatory in that game. I don't know if that.
No, I used horseback in that game.
You have to. There's no way.
So, Wilson's loving Tears of the Kingdom. He's 40 hours in. He hasn't even got a horse. He said he barely used a horse in Breath of the Wild, and I'm just like,
well, yeah, that's me too. So
I'm just like, I get that there's a lot of hills and stuff, but man, like, I guess the only way to like get around the game then is just to fast travel constantly, and I tried to limit my fast traveling. I mentioned,
no, I just run around everywhere.
I'm not saying for you. I'm just saying
I barely use the horse.
I feel like
Tears of the Kingdom.
I feel like I don't know. I have to watch. I didn't watch his live stream of Tears of the Kingdom, but I'm curious, like, to go everywhere on foot. That's a huge world. Like, I know some.
Crimson Desert.
I'd get off my horse and obviously go explore, and then shit, my horse is too far away. Like, it's too. I'll just have to go to a stable.
Can you whistle?
Not when you're that far away. They added the teleport.
In Witcher 3, you can whistle any fucking way. That bitch comes galloping up from.
Horizon's like that. Robert said you didn't like your mount is instantly there when you hit your whistle, no matter where you are.
Yeah,
they're always a mount. It might not be the same. Like, there's 3 different mounts, and it does. Sometimes it's a different one depending on where you're at. But
bitch, I left your ass in a whole another realm. How the fuck are you galloping up when I whistle? That's a little game breaking.
That I showed you guys. I think it was Gab Smulders playthrough where she got Epona via I think it was an amiibo, and the damn Epona went in the river, and she was like, she spent hours trying to get that horse out of the river and go to a spot where it could crawl out just so she could have Epona. I remember I posted that, said, look at what she did to get Epona back. And then you could have just went to a stable and said, I want to ride Epona, and it would have brought her to you. But I just thought that was hilarious because swimming down the river, because you looking on the map, you see where the icon is trying to get back to Link. It was pretty funny. But yeah,
I love that kind of shit in games. Love it.
Which, I mean, yeah, you talk about,
but that Crimson Desert, I see Ayers brought that up. I mean,
Yeah.
I still don't even, honestly, I don't 100% know what the game even is.
because it's like medieval
game is
with
very-
futuristic
Very
shit.
appealing to me.
But also, like, the graphics look so photorealistic at times. I'm like, is that actually going to run on the PS5? Like, or is that all PC we've only seen? Because that looks like really photo.
I'm
like,
sure we've only seen PC.
Yeah,
pretty sure.
well, it looks so absurdly insane. Like they're doing so much shit in the game. I'm like, I don't even know it's a single player game, right? I'm pretty sure. I'm like, it looks so absurd.
Yeah,
Like, I don't,
I'm pretty sure it's single player.
and
So when is the Switch 2 version coming?
yeah, I wouldn't expect that.
I don't know. That's gonna be one of the ones that I think will come on Switch 3, man.
So Star Fox, good luck.
Let's see.
Like technicality, I'm sure they could do it, but I don't think they're gonna give a fuck to do it.
We didn't talk. Did we talk about sales?
No, he didn't. That's Terrell's
Quickly,
thing.
Dennis.
He usually.
Well, I mean,
Look
one,
at this shit.
we got my biggest sale numbers. I gotta see the Switch one beat the PS2. I know technically it beat their
Wow.
main one that they talked about, but I want to
Insane.
see.
It's
I
gonna
would
be
think-
it's gonna be a tight race because Switch One's just really doesn't seem like it's got
gonna
any
be neck
steam
and
left in it.
I don't know if I would say that, man. The last quarter, it still did 1 point something million. So.
But it's
to me,
not
I'm
that
like,
number is gonna go down each.
I know,
each
but
quarter.
but all it needs is
Like look at
5
this compared to
million.
like The Witcher 3. Like this looks like massive difference.
It's super detailed.
I just don't see this running
super dense.
this detailed, this clear, this high res on PS5. I feel like this is definitely PC footage. But yeah, again, I don't know what
No,
this
it's
game
definitely
is.
PC footage. I mean, it is,
This game's got a lot of shit. But yeah, I'll
I
get
don't
back.
even know if that is, to be completely
So
honest.
is that 37.93 million Switch 2 exclusive software sales?
What are
Like
you talking about?
for the numbers.
That
Oh,
would
the
be a
software
lot.
sales?
Yeah,
If that's
Well,
that
I mean-
seems like a lot.
or just bought via the
To be
Switch
fair
2.
though, 14 of that is Mario Kart.
But still, there's
That is
nothing
true.
else
but
was
I guess,
that. Well, I guess
okay, well let's see. 14 plus 4, almost 5 you could say for
Bonanza.
Donkey Kong. You know, so that's
And, like,
that's
3
about,
for
let's say
Pokemon.
20 million, 23 for Pokemon, or a little bit more than
Yeah,
that.
I guess
but
that's
let's say
not too
23.
crazy. I guess
I think
that.
it sounds about right.
I guess
Even
that,
Kirby
I
almost
guess
close
that's
2
right.
million, man. Kirby was close to 2 million. 1.7 million or whatever. Kirby Air Riders.
Switch 2 version. Oh,
No,
I was
Kirby
gonna
Air
say
Riders, yeah.
Air Riders. I
And
forgot about
now
that.
you
fucking
know
game.
what's so funny, and I feel bad for these Sonic fans, but yeah, I'm pretty sure Kirby Air Riders outsold Sonic
Yeah.
Racing in total on every
damn,
platform.
Damn.
I'm
In
sorry,
total,
Sonic.
every platform.
Yeah.
And this bitch is only on Switch 2? God damn.
Yes.
well, Switch 2 is at
damn.
like 17, isn't it?
17.
That's higher
Yeah.
than I would have thought.
15 sold through.
Okay.
Well, they revised it to 19, so they knew something was up.
Well, it's funny because what's it called? That like, I saw that they said Sonic. It went below expectations for their. I don't mean
Yeah.
to laugh at Sonic, man, but it is. I get I couldn't stand the whole hatred to Mario Kart and people trying to push Sonic Racing, but I'm like,
It
man,
appears to
come
be
on.
a really good racing game, but
Yeah.
the problem
wasn't
is,
gonna
you
steal
Sonic
from
fans,
Mario.
you fly too close to the sun too much. You fly too close to the sun, Icarus. You gotta stop, like, boosting your game up by bringing down Mario shit. That's
Yeah.
not gonna get you anywhere.
What's
You
your
gotta stop
problem,
doing
man?
that.
Why
They even
you
tried
Just
like
be
bringing in
happy
all these
about your
crazy
game.
characters and stuff. Like they're trying to bring in, like I saw crossover. I forget what game it was.
With Minecraft, with Steve,
Yeah.
man. they had Minecraft. I was like, damn. But my thing is like, that's not in the game. It's DLC. I'm like, that's so that makes it a $90 game.
Yeah.
Like they said. So I'm like,
Nintendo acknowledges Switch 2 sales have been slightly weaker than expected outside of Japan. So you gotta get the thumbnail with the stupid face and act like that's a horrible thing. Slightly weaker than their expectations.
It was
Slightly weaker. That is your quote. Slightly weaker. Oh, that's what's desire.
Yeah.
Get the crying Marios and shit. The PNGs. Get them going.
Well, also,
it's
you
just
know
like,
that
you guys are grasping.
they were saying that the Switch 2, like they were like, oh, the holiday sales were so much lower than they expect.
Oh yeah.
Supposedly, what I was
Remember
reading
that?
I was reading that they said that the total first holiday, like in terms of number, was like in terms of shipment, was actually lower than the Switch 1 like holiday, because they were trying to get more into Japan. It was not even like it was like oh man, I don't know. People just try to convert these really high numbers into like bad numbers. I'm like, they're clearly amazing numbers. I'm like, there's nothing.
It's the fastest selling, best selling console of all time. How do you mix that with it's terrible, the sales are bad? How do you do it? I don't know how you do that.
I don't know. It's so strange.
It's fascinating. It's fascinating.
It's just
like clearly it's doing really well. Like really well.
It's ridiculous.
So again, there are things to complain about. Yes, it is not perfect, but that doesn't change facts. The fact is, this bitch is selling really well. Like, what was the first 7 months for Switch? Like 7 million? This bitch is 10 million better than that. 10 million. That's insane. And we thought the Switch 1 was doing really well. And this bitch is 10 million better. Like, what are we talking about here?
It's going to be an inevitable slowdown period, because it has
it's going to slow down.
And then somehow they're going to be like, oh, we're right. It started.
It started. I'm a year late, but here we go.
They're going to be just like the investors saying, why isn't it going up all the time? Well, because it can't. It can't always be like the highest thing at all times.
The investors are already scared. I'm like, bitch, you got great numbers. And they're like, we're worried about the future. Blah, blah. Which is understandable. I get that. But
because,
you celebrate what you got?
I get it. But, like,
they're worried about the price hike. Yeah.
But realistically, like, also, like, I know a lot of people were kept sharing around, all of a sudden everyone's now, like, experts at stocks. But they're like, oh, the stock price went down like 20% over the past 6 months. I'm like, well, what happened 6 months? The system launched. A lot of people that are investors will sell when you buy the rumor, you sell the news. That's a thing in stocks. That's what it's always been. Like you buy the hey, like, you know what's gonna happen when GTA 6 comes out? It's gonna new high and it's gonna drop. It's not gonna keep going up because they made their sales. Now the investors invest out, and now people will. That's it. Like that's how it works. And then eventually people will
act like you've been here before, motherfucker.
I'm like, stocks don't just continue to go up. Oh my god, it's not like the system consoles go up. Identically the stock price goes up. It's like that's not how. It works.
That's not how it works.
It's not how it works. It's never been how it works. But suppose everyone's now stock. Everyone knows how. They just see the numbers and like, oh, I could do that for my YouTube thumbnail. And they can put like 20% down.
With the little downward arrow, the red downward arrow. Get that
it's
going.
Like, you know what that means to me is like, hey, if you're interested, Nintendo stocks are down. You should buy some. That's what you should do. That's what you should do.
And also, if you're worried about the price going up, buy a Switch 2 now before the prices go up. You can get in there.
That too, yeah. Yeah, exactly. That's
sitting on the sidelines complaining about what might happen. Well, buy one now.
Exactly.
You don't have to worry about
I didn't even. I mentioned my coworker,
what is
the
it,
guy.
2 million in store. So
my coworker who said, a couple years ago, or I would say it was definitely before the Switch 2 was fully announced. Oh well, what's Nintendo gonna do with the Steam Deck out and stuff? Like, how are they gonna sell another Switch? And I mentioned the sales today, but I didn't bring up that fact that he had said that, because he doesn't respond well when you just like bring up something he said. Yeah, something he said that was not true, or didn't pan out. Like he doesn't even acknowledge it half the time. So I just stopped even trying.
Yeah.
But yeah, I was
You
like,
can't argue with people like that. They're bad faith
Yeah, it's like-
debaters.
just because Linus said that the Steam Deck was gonna make it tough for Nintendo moving forward with like their Switch 2.
So strange.
Like
It's so weird.
all the points I made were true. They were accurate when I said them. They're still accurate. I was like, that's like it's not even a blip on the sales. I said, oh, maybe there a few 100,000 people maybe won't buy a Switch 2 because they have a Steam Deck. I said,
Yeah.
but my main points were the Steam Deck's playing PC games. And PC games, even on high-end machines, it's iffy sometimes. I said any game that releases on Switch 2 is going to be ported. It's going to be optimized. And I said it's going to, even if it's not as more powerful than the Steam Deck, the games will look better and run better because they'll be ported specifically for the hardware. And it's just a fact. And then I said the other thing is that you still need a Switch 2 to play the next Mario Kart, the next Zelda.
It's
you know.
Pokemon.
Right. That's never going to change.
And he's like, well, yeah,
You're going
you
to
know,
get
Nintendo.
millions of people just for that.
And I'm just like, like I said, and it's gonna be newer technology. So even if it's not on paper like higher clock speeds and stuff, it's still gonna have capabilities that, and plus the price. I said, the Steam Deck's, whatever it was back then. I think the
I
OLED
love
was
Steam
out,
Deck.
and I'm just
Call
like,
me when it outsells the Wii U, motherfucker.
Yeah.
Call you know what I'm saying? Like, that bitch is gonna struggle to outsell the Wii U.
Yeah.
So what are we talking about here?
And it was never, and clearly for Valve, it's never meant to. It's not. supposed
No,
to
it was
be.
never meant to
No.
do that.
but
Like,
the
Yeah.
Switch 2 outsold
said
the
it
Wii
from the
U
beginning.
in like 4 months.
right?
That's crazy.
dude. That is crazy.
At a
That's
higher
insane.
price
What
point.
was Retro's ridiculous?
At a higher price. Well, a lot
Retro
higher price
said
point.
it would be at 20 million by like September last
Okay,
year.
okay. I was like, I was
First
I
3
was like,
months,
I
I
don't
Oh,
think.
think
yeah,
he's right.
that's insane.
Yeah, because that's insane. Because
But
I
it-
was like, did he say by March or was it? Because I'm like, he might actually get very close.
I think it was.
but-
I think I said in the first 3 months, if I'm not mistaken. I
I
probably.
hope because I don't want to hear him say, "I was right."
In his old man voice, apparently. Oh, don't bring up the GameCube there, Ayers. Leave the GameCube
What
alone.
happened with did that come out the little, or is that still the price?
what you
Yeah,
got.
that's right, because their pricing
we're
wasn't
about the
set.
price.
That was right
Yeah.
before the RAM
Yeah.
prices.
Yeah.
Which
Yeah.
I can't
I
remember
feel,
if
I feel bad. Timing couldn't be worse.
Oh,
for
the
the
timing is
GameCube.
shit, man. That's
I might have
It's
mentioned-
so bad.
I might have mentioned this a while ago, but I saw. I'm assuming, I don't know how true it is, but it was. I think it was pretty much all true. He's like basically, so these RAM prices have doubled or tripled. For RAM, they haven't even started production on for servers or data centers that aren't probably even fully planned yet, won't be done for 5 to 10 years, and this, I got to pay this price for RAM now for this potential shit in the future. Like, it might, like, half the data centers that they think they're gonna make, they might not make. They might
they
not,
might not even make.
and it's like,
I think they won't make, by the way. I don't think they will make them.
yeah, well, in Michigan alone, there's like, I saw a video about a proposal over on south of Detroit, almost on the Ohio border. And he's like, yeah, it's one of like 12 different proposals because the Great Lakes, there's all the cooling. They want the Great Lakes water. Well,
You're gonna
this
shit up the. You ain't finna shit on the Great Lakes. Leave that shit
this according to this video, they it's a small town, like small population, like 20,000 people in this city or
Yeah.
town. The board met and they voted against the proposal. Then there was a behind closed doors meeting with the company that wanted to do it. They filed a lawsuit saying that they lied about the zoning of this farm. It's all farmland. It's like however many hundreds of acres. And they have a closed doors meeting with like the town board or whatever, and then they said that it passed and they were going to do it. And then so all these people were like questioning, that sounds very shady.
And
and
grease the wheels.
They
and they're
got
like,
some money, man.
if they do it and whatever AI, whatever, is all just a bunch of fluff, and they don't need all these data centers. They said that land will just be pretty much, it'd be so expensive to turn it back into farmland that no one would ever do it. It would just be stuck as this data center for, or whether finished, unfinished, this property would basically be ruined because no one would touch it because it'd be so expensive to turn it into anything. And it's like, and the townspeople are all against it, and they just, it's just somebody's.
If you fight it, these data centers are fucking ruining us, and
it's another thing.
I'm
Shareholders
totally
in these companies, they want to be. I
Probably
feel
the
like
first one, and
they want to be in
blah.
early because just like with when marijuana became legal in Michigan, my brother-in-law and his couple of his buddies, they thought they were gonna get in and be the first ones legally growing, and there was so much competition. By the time they got it finished, there was nothing. Like there was no sales. They lost their asses, and it's like, I'm sure if somebody got done and was producing and they had good products,
they're making bank.
they probably did, but they didn't. They didn't do it right, and they didn't do it in time. And it's like, I feel like this data center thing, because there's one supposed to be up by the Mackinac Bridge area up in the north, and they're just talking about how much fucking water that's gonna. I mean, I don't know, cooling pipes, if it's gonna come out nasty, or is it just gonna be cycled through? It's just gonna come out the way it
they're
went
gonna
in.
ruin the fucking environment. It's gonna be
it's like
gross.
Also the power.
Well,
Here's the other thing. They said it's gonna be like 2.4
Yeah.
gigawatts, whatever, gigawatts, the joke from, and he goes, they claim
1.21
that
gigawatts.
not only will it not add any cost to any of everybody's electric bill, they said it won't, they'll cover it.
Fucking horseshit.
They said that it won't cause any brownouts or anything. It's like a ridiculous amount of extra power that will be needed. And they say, oh no, it shouldn't affect anybody else's power or their rates.
You're
Well,
full of shit.
they were just like, this video,
That's
this
just-
guy was just like, all this stuff sounds shady, and it's just crazy. But I don't know why we got on that, but the RAM.
NVIDIA's CEO, he was talking about that they're not going to make any graphics cards for this year or whatever because they don't have enough. I think the problem
crazy.
that they started, they don't have enough.
Yeah, this is your fault.
Whatever.
Well, one of the three big RAM manufacturers said they were only going to do it for data. We're not doing it for consumer grade. We're doing it for data centers, and so
that's insane.
And it's like, well,
you're ruining the
how
whole
different
industry.
can RAM be for data centers versus fucking consumers? Is it just you don't put it in a package? I don't understand. It doesn't make any sense on any level.
Yeah.
Really.
Well, it's the material and.
Well, I think it's so mass produced that they don't want to even bother
Yeah.
putting it in. They
And then like that's.
sell it to the highest bidder.
I was just telling you, my buddy listens to Linus. Well, he's like, why does Nvidia even bother with Nintendo? That's like pennies compared to the AI money they're planning on getting. I'm like,
everybody's losing their ass on AI right
so
now. What
billions.
are you talking about AI money?
I'm just like, I'm sorry. So you're saying, let's see, 150 million. Let's say
who's actually making money with AI?
And I don't know. I just like
I don't know anyone who's making money right now.
just
Yeah, I
making
don't know,
deals.
'cause-
Somebody's making deals, but those don't always
Yeah,
pan out.
deals.
But how much do you think Nintendo paid for the Tegra chip for each chip in the Switch? Even if it was $20, you times that by
Original
100.
Switch?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Sold 155 million units. You times that by whatever Nvidia got per. It's like that's like at
Making
least
money.
$1 billion. That's probably between 1 and 2 billion. Like,
That's not worth your time.
their AI deal was for like 200 billion or something. Like, no, there's no way. Like,
like
no
at
one's
the end
gonna
of
be
the
like,
day-
oh, that's only 2 billion. We don't want to make 2 billion.
like they're gonna take that money.
Yeah,
What are
it's
you
just
talking about?
stupid.
Come on now.
It's a
Of course
stupid.
they are.
Basically, it's just like
also
That's
it's
the
just
same thing that Sony fans are crying about PC games going to PC. Well, it just came out. They made like $1.5 billion doing that, and they're like, "That's good money, son. Like
Yeah.
that's really good money. You don't turn that shit down."
plus
what the fuck?
Come on.
I mean, I know it's not going to last forever, but I was looking a couple weeks ago, month ago, the PS5 disc version with Astrobot was $459 or $449 again. Like, I'm like,
Oh, that's pretty good.
like yeah, eventually when they're probably produced a bunch and they're not going to raise the price until
Well,
they
yeah, I
have
guess
to.
they planned like they just had a bunch produced
But
ahead. Man.
go
They're
ahead, build a PC
Yeah.
to play PS5 game or PlayStation games right now versus
oh no,
buying a PlayStation.
now
You know,
like
Look
we
with that shit.
there's
That-
already memes that
is
PC
skilled.
gaming is cooked. PC gaming is cooked right now, man.
yeah.
They
I
gonna be
mean,
cooked for the
it's
next decade.
cooked.
it's
For the
ridiculous,
next decade at least.
and it's
probably.
stupid. All
I was gonna
because
say at least 5 years. At least you're cooked.
also people
Yeah.
can make stupid videos of like there's one that I really liked, a AI created one where it's like I forget how you pronounce his name, like Gautier or something. He's had one hit, he had like
Yeah.
a one hit song, but instead of him singing, it was like a bunch of deceased singers, like it was Freddie Mercury from Queen, Ozzy Osbourne. This was right after he died. And not only did it look just like, and then they reproduced the video, like this weird video for that song, and they put Freddie Mercury belting out like the chorus, and it sounded just like him. Then they had
Oh yeah.
Kurt Cobain from Nirvana, and I'm like, that's the coolest thing I've seen by far of AI. Like, yeah, somebody could have
Where are
done,
the laws though?
yeah.
That's what I.
It
But it's not like they were
Yeah.
selling it. They weren't like
No,
selling it. It was just
no.
posted for people to
even
view. But
even just posting it.
Yeah, but just posting it is tough. You know, it's
You're
tough.
using
It's such a gray area.
Yeah.
Such a gray
Yeah.
area.
yeah, if you were like selling that, try to make money. I guess I guess if you had a monetized channel, but
Yeah, is
Well,
your channel
monetized-
monetized?
the song was. It's. I mean, it's a licensed song, so I don't think it could.
But it's not. But it's even then, like obviously that's like the tamest way, right? But
Yeah.
imagine like it's like again, like you
That's-
take you just like take you doing something crazy and like you just upload on your channel. Hey man, it's just I'm just uploading. I'm not. You know, it's like whoa, but that's me. Why you doing that? That's crazy, bro.
My
You know what I mean?
shit,
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
yeah, it's
that's
like,
that's the
What
you know,
other than that, like what has I heard like that same boy I keep bringing up, he's so pro. That's why he's like boasting about, I don't know why they're messing with Nintendo. He's so pro AI. He was like all in with electric cars from the beginning. Like, we live in Michigan.
Is this the Bing guy?
You
Is
can't
this the
even
Bing
drive.
guy?
Yeah, you can't. A guy over near Detroit, he came to help with the home theater stuff. That he couldn't even make a 138-mile one-way trip because it's 0 degrees out, and his Tesla couldn't make 138 miles because it had to have his heat on. And I was like, yeah, it's not there yet.
What do you
But
do in this weather? Good lord.
Well, that's the thing. Like a lot of AI right now is very much almost like a very sophisticated Google search and stuff like that.
yeah.
And it's tough to be like, how do you say all those billions are worth it for that? Like, I mean, I know they're trying to do other things, but like
Yeah, they're trying to do other things.
the traditional everyday use for is like a very sophisticated Google search. And I'm
Yeah.
like, that's tough. To
I
be
didn't
like,
mind actually.
That's what's worth it.
I didn't mind clicking on an article to try to find the answer. Like, yeah, it's cool, but if you're not specific enough, same guy, we were at work, we were just, because he's talking about Battlefield 6. Battlefield 6 is dead. Battlefield 6 is dead. I'm like, I don't know. I like Copilot. I was like, how many concurrent players are on Battlefield 6? It said 220,000. And then he said this exact same thing, Copilot, and it said 55,000. And I said, oh, wait a minute. Let's ask today. How many concurrent players on Battlefield 6 today? And it's like, as of today, early February, it's between 22 to 50,000 a day with a peak of, 77,000 and an all-time peak of like 1 million, whatever it was. And I was like, okay, that seems accurate, but we asked 3 different times and it got 3 different answers. So it's like,
Yeah.
Right.
Well, yeah, you have to be super. Well, that's the thing is, they're always tweaking into stuff, but there is like, I mean, unfortunately, the problem is like, unfortunately, a lot of it is very impressive. I know a lot of people are like, oh, it's all slap. A lot of it is very impressive at how it looks and.
oh
how
yeah,
do
we used to
things.
watch
Like,
those cool
that's
trailers.
That's the problem. That's the problem that it does look. I know people want it to be bad, but realistically, a lot of it is very impressive, and you're like, oh, damn, I hate that it's impressive. What the?
But it's impressive like to see the same trailers where it's the same slow shots. There's not a lot. It's very. I mean, of course, it would get better over time, but it's to the
Yeah,
point
it's
now
going to
where
get better.
I'm less wowed and
Well,
more
think about
like,
where it
oh,
was a couple years ago, even a year ago. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? Like, it's insane.
but it's still someone's like,
insane.
oh, this is a trailer with so and so playing this character, and it's the same slow shot
Yeah.
with no dialogue,
Oh, for
hardly.
sure.
It's like,
Yeah,
Well, that
there,
again, like,
it
yeah.
should put. I won't say it should, but it is going to put certain things out of business. Like as a filmmaker, I'm thinking storyboard artists. Y'all are cooked. Yeah, it's so. I mean, it was probably already going away for you, but when I can go to a computer and say, set up this shot. This is a shot I want, and I can show that to a producer. Like, and I don't need somebody to sit there and meticulously like storyboard and draw it out. I mean, it's over for y'all. But y'all need to merge into doing that kind of stuff. So
well,
you
it
can
still
continue
needs
to have a job.
guidance.
I think,
You still gotta.
well, yeah, it has to draw from something, but there's a lot of something for it to draw from already. So I think that's a cool application. Like I could say for me, because everybody's visual, especially like producers, production studios, and all that stuff. If you can go to them and say, I want to make this movie, and then show them that shit, and even in AI form where they can visually see it and know what you're talking about.
Yeah, I think previs
Like, it'll be a lot
would be
easier to sell that. Previs,
more.
it'll be like, yeah, it's gonna be awesome for previs. I think for the lower tier, the guy who doesn't have the money to pay previs people. I feel bad, but I also feel good because more things are gonna come out, more pitches are gonna happen because of that.
This shit's
There's not
listening
that
to us
barrier.
because this is the very first thing that popped up. It wasn't searching. This is just the first thing in my
Uh-oh.
feed on Twitter, and it
Uh-oh.
said cool. It said something about coolest thing with AI.
Oh god. But it's crazy because like
It looks.
That
I mean, this
looks
looks
real. Like,
fucking
it looks
real.
like this,
Yeah, it
this
has
looks
it
real,
has the
man.
proper '90s TV haze over it.
And it looks like
You know
a
what I'm saying?
VHS.
Like, how
Look
does
at-
it do that?
That's the problem. Is that like I can't. Even
has the
believe
date.
This is not real. It's bizarre.
Even like the creases in the suits looks real. Is that
It's like-
April? Yep. That looks, like,
Oh my
but like in the
God.
end of the day, like what does this actually amount to? It's just like a cool,
No,
funny.
What is that?
a few
That's the
minutes
weird
of
thing, is, like, what
entertainment
does it
for
do?
Yeah,
My
basically a
dumbass.
TikTok video. Like,
Yeah,
look
it's
at,
like
Yeah.
it's memes, it's entertainment, but it's
it even
like,
has
you know,
pizza. Look at it's got Krang.
this doesn't
He-Man.
amount to much.
Yeah,
This is what you
that's
want to.
the-
This is what you want to soak up the Great Lakes for.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, that's not good enough for
Well,
me.
there's one.
That's what I'm trying to understand. It's like they're spending so much money, but I'm like, it's all for so much for the everyday use, just memes and shit.
Memes. That's what it is. It's a bunch of goddamn memes.
What
Well,
is
if you
going on?
believe this one town in like Ohio, they built it next to a farm, and all their groundwater disappeared. So their tap water was like brown and nasty, and they didn't have water for their crops because the nearest data center just using it all they're just pulling it from
That's
the ground.
crazy.
And they were fighting it. I don't know what ever happened to it. But it's like, yeah, that's a negative. Like, I'm sorry, sucking people's like drinking water.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know what's crazy though is some people just
And they get away with that shit.
people fall for even the most obvious AI videos.
Oh yeah,
there's
yeah,
some that I
nowadays
can
really
see it.
fall very- I mean,
people fall for
unfortunately
it.
though, like you be looking at things. Sometimes you're like, you have to. It's just sucks that you got to debate on every single little thing you look at. You're like, oh man.
Well,
And
that's
now what also sucks that people also talk trash about CGI, saying it's AI. I'm like, no, those are people that actual artists that worked on it and made
Yeah.
this. Like, that's not AI. That's CGI. Like that's.
well, maybe
that's-
AI
Very
could
different.
that's
some
impressive stuff.
CG probably could use a little help, but
No, but you gotta. But like, there's a lot of people that are like, oh, that's AI. I'm like, no, that's CGI, and that's
Yeah.
people making and actually going to a software and working and creating stuff. Like, that's not the same thing. Like, come on now. And unfortunately, now everyone just it's funny. Ayers brings up photoshopped. But it's funny because a lot. Oh, that's photoshopped. Now it's like, oh, that's AI. You know, what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's the new.
Yeah,
that's
well,
Photoshop.
no, it's different. Photoshop, you still had to be an artist. You still
No,
had
you
to.
have, no, but it's
Yeah,
funny
that's
'cause,
a-
I always say, oh, I think that's Photoshop.
I don't
Not-
see. I don't
that's
know if
AI.
this is AI or real. I ain't gonna lie. Like, I don't know if
You
this.
still had to draw things.
I know this is not
Sure,
video
Photoshop
gaming,
would
No,
assist
but
you.
I think that's AI because what was the wording? Hold on, look at the
The way
wording.
her eyes, it looks weird.
I was
like
saying
I'm
the
like,
word on
why?
her sleeve.
Some of it might be real, but I'm like, why is her shirt down? Like, that's fake. That
Yeah,
Like,
that, clearly.
but I don't think
that
everything is.
Well, does she have a name?
I don't know.
Do we know if she has a name? Because that, see, on their sleeve, that didn't look like it was a real word.
Oh yeah, yeah.
But if
Just
you go
Yeah.
I
back,
was like,
if
oh,
you go
it's
back
you
to
know
that part,
the Summer
but
Olympics.
it sucks. We gotta analyze and freeze frame just to see what's real.
Yeah. Well, that's why
Yeah.
that's why we should have these laws to say, hey, you got to put a disclaimer on all your shit that's AI.
Well, you
'Cause-
know the thing, a lot of things, like for instance, like with Google's thing, it has like some sort of like thing that says it's like what's it called, like a watermark. But a lot of people will crop it out and stuff
they
like
crop
that.
it out, yeah, and they re-upload the shit.
Yeah, so it's like,
This
oh,
this
come on.
mine.
Yeah,
You
yeah.
can't get mad. You can't nothing you can do about it because it's fake shit. You don't own that shit. Just because you threw it in the machine doesn't mean it's yours.
Something that
It's
could be used for is like, I heard Disney's gonna re-release the original Star Wars trilogy, like the original theatrical cut. I don't know if that's actually official.
2027.
Like, that's where they
Why
could
they
use.
announce it so early though?
I mean, there's a project.
So
People have been doing it for years. They probably could have just paid them for all their work, but like that's something where AI could actually help instead of people just sitting there meticulously cleaning up every little scratch. Like, yeah, that's something where
but
that's mundane. That's like tedious work.
Air says she's a real woman. I need to see what her name is now.
But AI also creates new mistakes or new issues.
Yeah.
So you gotta do so. Somebody's gotta be there doing the meticulous. There's nothing wrong with the meticulous. Let somebody do that shit if they want. Like, there's somebody out there to do it. Let them do the meticulous shit. Like, there's nothing wrong with it. Like, I understand, like, nobody wanted a keyframe anymore. Like, keyframing, I remember that was I used to have nightmares about keyframing.
I did a little keyframing for
school.
a video and it sucked. It was just a small amount too.
Yeah, it takes forever just to do a couple seconds. So I get it. But like for something like that, I would want an artist working on that bitch. If they had to go frame by frame, you hire one guy to go through the movie frame by frame and clean everything out. And
well, the problem also is though that
expensive.
I've noticed that there's, I've used some websites where it's like remove the background of an image. It does it more clean than even when I try to do it, and like,
well, yeah,
I could get it where it's like pretty much that, but like, you got to really zoom in and try to get the little edges that are there. But then I'm sure it's technically AI. It doesn't say it's AI, but I'm sure it is doing some AI like algorithm removing the background, and it just looks cleaner. And you're like, all right, well,
yeah,
hey. It's cleaner right there, technically.
Like, imagine like, because we had like fans fix it even, but when Luke Skywalker was in The Mandalorian season 2 at the end and shit, it looked jank as hell, and like I'm sure today that shit would be flawless. Like if you had like AI do it, basically turning old Mark Hamill into young Mark Hamill and shit. It looked pretty jank when they did it in the show. I bet it would look, or even like in Rogue One, right? When you had Grand Moff Tarkin looking weird and crazy, and then you had Leia at the end looking plasticky and shit.
But then somebody redid it with deepfake, and it looked way better.
Yeah. Even I'm sorry.
Somebody actually
they
fixed
did the same
that
for Luke.
And then Disney actually hired that person, and they did it for season 3 or 2 of Mandalorian, where they used that technique, and Luke looked way better. I mean,
and you had that fight with Obi-Wan and Anakin and shit, and the Obi-Wan show series, and it's like, oh, you're just gonna have old Hayden Christensen act like he's young and shit. You can tell he was old. Like, they didn't do a good job of de-aging him, and you can fix that kind of stuff. That's what AI should be for at this point. That kind of stuff, I would have no problem with that. But like what they're, I don't know what the overall plan is outside of the informational stuff.
I don't know.
What is the plan here?
Yeah, because I mean, like, if you like kind of down to saying use it like an assistant, technically it could be helpful for things.
Good for that.
But to use it as like, oh, we're gonna replace things, it's just a shitty way of looking at it. If you use it as an assistant for certain things, I don't know. I mean, but it's got to be very specific things, like, so it's I don't know. It's always odd.
So
You
that
know.
that girl is real. That skater, by the way,
What's her name?
Judah
No, the girl. I'm sure
Leardom.
she was real.
Yeah, I just think that one shot she doesn't have
Wait, what's her name?
boobs
No, I
like
wanna
that.
see.
Judah Leardom.
What? How'd you spell
She
it?
must be.
J-U-D-A?
I'm looking right now.
She,
I'm trying to see if she
Is she
actually
from
looks like that.
Scandinavia somewhere?
I'm trying to see if she actually looks like that.
Okay,
sounds
That
like
lady.
Judah Leardom.
Yeah, it sounds like a Scandinavian country. I can't think
We're
of
the same.
anything. My
We're
brain's
we're
cooked.
literally only 10 days apart in terms of age.
Oh, she's
there you
waiting
go.
for you, bro. Go
There
get
you
her.
go.
That's all it takes.
No, that's not. That's. I don't
We
know.
just gotta
I-
be the
this
same
looks like a
age.
different. I don't know which one's supposed to be.
She's
her.
also like a foot taller than me, it looks like. Well,
Yeah.
half of it, like I said.
Anyway, we
Still,
probably
God
wrap
damn.
this up. It's
She's,
already 9:30.
Oh boy.
So fun discussion though.
Agree.
I
It was a
will
great
say,
discussion.
get one last thing. Final thoughts, a movie thought. I watched Mission Impossible: The Final Reckoning, and
Oh, yeah,
I actually
something
really
about
enjoyed it. The
Yeah,
AI.
I
We're
thought
talking about
it-
AI. The AI
It
plot.
couldn't be
yeah.
worse
still-
than. Yeah, go ahead. Sorry.
the AI plots. They barely. They make it's still there, and they hint at all this stuff it's doing in the beginning, like changing photos and videos and make things. But then the movie doesn't even touch on that. It's like not anything to do. They're just gonna stop the entity. They don't really show the destruction or anything it's actually doing other than overtaking like the silo control of the nuclear weapons. They didn't like dive
That was
into
big.
like the problem with AI. But I was like, man, from start to finish, like great. The stunts were way more impactful. The big set piece stuff was way more impactful for me. I was like sucked into the movie. I wasn't just like, oh, how long is this car chase gonna? There wasn't like a super long car chase, but the submarine sequence was great. The plane sequence was
That was
cool. Just overall, I was just like, man, the time flew by. It's like 2 hours and 40 minutes. I thought Dead Reckoning Part 1 was like one of the worst Mission Impossible movies.
It was bad.
And
Bad. I was surprised. I was surprised.
I was.
I do like the final reckoning.
I'll have to
better,
rewatch it now and maybe have a different perspective. But I enjoyed it. But yeah, that just it's like
It's just saying like it was a placeholder. What do they call it? The entity.
the
or some
entity
shit?
is just like.
I kept laughing.
Well, now they
Every time-
they tie the entity into the rabbit's foot from the third movie. The third movie, the rabbit's foot was stupid. Why tie into that? Just
Rabbit's foot. The
that was
entity.
the
It just
original.
Sounded like a 12-year-old wrote that.
That's the
shit,
biggest
right?
problem with the third movie is the rabbit's foot was just nothing. It was just a MacGuffin. Like as JJ didn't know and didn't. I guess it didn't matter to him. But anyway, I really enjoyed that and some of the deepest, most impressive bass I've ever heard in my life, which probably helped. My subwoofers were definitely.
Would you
pushed.
watch it? You
I-
own it?
Yeah, I got the steelbook. A
You bought
guy,
it?
the guy I
Okay.
helped with, he gave me $100 Amazon gift card for my labor, and he told me to buy movies, so I bought movies. So I got Thor, The Dark World. I got Days of Thunder, Mission Impossible, and Vanilla Sky. So, you know,
Vanilla Sky.
movies I probably wouldn't have bought on my own, but he's like, hey, buy some movies, and so I felt I better do that. I wasn't gonna spend it on something
Forgotten
different.
classic. Vanilla Sky.
So my top, I'll talk about it off here. But yeah, thanks guys for watching, and we'll be back next week.
Play some games, fool.
So I got 26 movies with Tom Cruise. They're not only one of them.
Damn.
He doesn't star in. One of them was Tropic Thunder. He's
I was gonna
he's
say,
not